Mysteries of Matter and Reality. Welcome to a journey through the mystical and profound realms of metaphysical philosophy. In this article, titled Mysteries of Matter and Reality, we embark on an exploratory voyage to understand some of the most intriguing and complex concepts that have fascinated thinkers and philosophers for centuries. Our exploration is divided into 3 parts, each delving into different aspects of the universe and our existence within it. We start by examining the eternal nature of matter, understanding how it intertwines with the spirit and evolves through time. In the second part, we venture into the cosmic dynamics, revealing the process through which the universe transitions from an ideal state to the phenomenal world we experience. Finally, we conclude by reflecting on the illusory nature of our perceived reality and our role in the grand cosmic drama. This article is designed to be accessible and engaging for students and readers who are new to these concepts. It presents a tapestry of ideas drawn from various traditions, including Hermeticism, Neoplatonism, and Eastern philosophies, inviting you to contemplate the deeper, more abstract aspects of our existence. So, let's begin this enlightening journey to unravel the mysteries of matter and reality and discover the intricate interplay between the material and the spiritual realms. The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. Meister Eckhart. Part 1. Understanding the nature and evolution of matter. Our journey begins with a fascinating concept, the nature of matter. Imagine matter as something that has always been around, never created, just existing eternally. It's like the oldest story that never had a beginning. This idea aligns with ancient wisdom, particularly from figures like Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary thinker from the Hellenistic period who is often linked to the mystical and alchemical knowledge. Interestingly, matter is not just a lifeless entity. It serves as a vehicle for spirit. This perspective paints a picture where the material world and the spiritual realm are deeply intertwined. It's like the spirit is the driver and matter is the car, together navigating the cosmos. Now, let's dive into the concept of becoming. Matter isn't static or unchanging. Instead, it's always in the process of change, evolving and shaping itself into new forms. This is driven by what's called germs of becoming, potentials within matter that are brought to life by a creative force. It's like having a hidden masterpiece within a block of marble, waiting to be revealed by a sculptor's hands. Adding to this, Dr. Anna Kingsford, a notable figure in esoteric philosophy, suggests that matter, before it starts becoming, is in a passive state, like a sleeping giant holding immense potential energy. It's when this energy is awakened that matter becomes dynamic, constantly progressing and evolving. In exploring the nature of matter, we uncover a rich tapestry of ideas that extend far beyond the physical. Matter, often perceived as a static and inert substance, is revealed as a dynamic and eternal entity, continuously evolving and reshaping itself. This eternal existence and constant transformation of matter reflect a profound truth about our own nature and potential. The intertwining of matter and spirit illustrates a fundamental unity in the cosmos, where the material world is not separate from the spiritual, but deeply connected and interactive. This unity mirrors our own lives, where the physical and spiritual aspects are in a constant interplay, each influencing and shaping the other. The concept of becoming in matter, driven by the germs of becoming, suggests that within every aspect of the universe lies the potential for change and evolution. This idea resonates with our personal journey, where we too are always in a state of becoming, evolving from one form to another, constantly growing and adapting. Matter's initial passive state, described as a sleeping giant with immense potential energy, is particularly evocative. It symbolizes those moments in our lives when we might feel dormant or inactive, yet possess an untapped reservoir of potential and capability. The awakening of this potential in matter parallels our own awakening to personal growth and development. This exploration of matter, therefore, is not just an academic exercise in understanding the physical world. It's a metaphor for our own journey. It encourages us to recognize and harness the latent potential within us, to embrace the continuous process of change and growth, and to see ourselves as integral parts of a larger, ever-evolving universe. The nature of matter thus becomes a mirror, reflecting our own nature, ever, present, ever, changing and full of endless possibilities for transformation and growth. In esoteric philosophy, the universe is seen in 3 distinct aspects. The ever-existing. This represents the eternal, unchangeable truth of the universe, something that is always there, unaffected by time or change. The pre-existing. Think of this as the blueprint of the universe, existing before anything takes a physical form. It's like the initial idea of a building before it's constructed. The phenomenal. This is our perceived reality, the physical world that we interact with and experience through our senses. This tripartite view helps us understand different states of reality, suggesting that what we see and experience is just one layer of a much more complex universe.
That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
The Oracle will see you now.
Exploring deeper into the mysteries of matter and reality, we encounter an intriguing concept: the initial, manifested, and creative triad. These elements represent different stages or aspects of the divine creation process. The initial symbolizes the unmanifest potential, akin to a seed in its dormant state, full of future possibilities. The manifested reflects the actualized reality, comparable to the sprouting and growth of the seed into a plant. The creative triad signifies the forces or principles that drive this transformation, similar to how sunlight, water, and nutrients nurture and develop the seed. In essence, this exploration of the initial, manifested, and creative triad offers a profound allegory for the process of creation and transformation, both in the cosmos and within ourselves. It's a reminder that everything in our universe, from the smallest seed to the vastest galaxy, undergoes a journey from potential to manifestation, guided by unseen forces. This journey is not just a cosmic phenomenon, but a deeply personal one, reflecting our own path of growth and evolution. As we transition from dormant potential to our realized selves, we mirror the universe's continuous cycle of creation and actualization, a testament to the intricate and beautiful design of existence. Part 2. The cosmic drama, from the eternal to the phenomenal. Imagine the universe as an ageless entity, existing beyond our conventional understanding of form and time. This is the ever-existing aspect, a realm of absolute reality, unchanging and eternal. It's like the deep, unending ocean of existence, from which everything else emerges. Before anything takes physical form, there exists a blueprint or an ideal plan of the universe. This is the pre-existing state. Think of it as a grand design or a master plan that hasn't been brought to life yet. It's the universe in its conceptual phase, full of possibilities and potentialities. Then, we have the phenomenal universe, the world as we know and perceive it through our senses. This is the universe in action, the physical manifestation of the ever-existing and pre-existing states. It's like the stage where the script of the universe is played out, complete with its diverse cast of characters and events. So, how does the phenomenal universe come into being from these other states? The answer lies in the evolution from the ideal plan, existing in the unconscious of absolute reality, into the Vedantic concept of Parabrahman. This plan is eternal, much like Plato's realm of forms, where self-existing ideas transcend everyday reality. Let's delve into the concept of absolute reality, often paralleled with the Vedantic concept of Parabrahman. In many philosophical and spiritual traditions, absolute reality is perceived as the ultimate unchanging truth. This reality is beyond our physical universe and transcends all forms and phenomena that we experience through our senses. It's akin to a vast, boundless ocean of existence, pure and undifferentiated. In this realm, there are no individual entities or separations. Everything is part of a singular, all-encompassing oneness. The Vedantic tradition of Hindu philosophy introduces us to Parabrahman, a term that encapsulates this notion of absolute reality. Parabrahman is beyond description and beyond comprehension, existing beyond the realm of the material world and its limitations. It is not affected by time, space, or causation. In this state, there is no change, no birth or death, only eternal existence. It's the ultimate source and ground of all being, from which everything emanates and to which everything eventually returns. This concept is somewhat mirrored in Plato's realm of forms, where ideal forms or ideas exist in a state of perfection. Plato envisioned a world of abstract forms that represent the truest, most fundamental reality. These forms are not physical, but are the essence of all things that manifest in the physical world. They are eternal, unchanging, and exist beyond our sensory experience. In summary, when we talk about the absolute reality or Parabrahman, we're referring to a state of existence that is beyond our normal understanding of the world. It's a realm where the ultimate truths reside, untouched by the ebb and flow of material existence. Understanding this concept invites us to expand our perception of reality, acknowledging that there's much more to existence than what we experience in our daily lives. It's a profound reminder of the endless depth and mystery that underlies the universe we inhabit. Building on the profound understanding of absolute reality and Parabrahman, let's explore the mechanism behind the universe's manifestation. The process is often described metaphorically as the Great Breath, signifying a divine or cosmic force that initiates each cycle of creation. Picture this as the initial spark or the first domino that sets in motion a series of cosmic events, birthing the universe as we know it. Central to this cosmic unfolding are two opposing yet complementary forces, centripetal and centrifugal. These forces embody a fundamental duality within the cosmos, like dancers in an intricate cosmic ballet. The centripetal force draws inward, while the centrifugal force pushes outward. They exist in a harmonious yet dynamic balance, described in various traditions as male and female, positive and negative, physical and spiritual. These forces are not just abstract concepts. They are the primary drivers that transition the universe from the realm of the eternal ideal to the realm of finite manifestation. This dance of forces brings to life the concept that everything in existence, everything that has ever existed or will come into being, is a reflection of eternal ideas. The physical forms that populate our universe, while perishable and ever-changing, are underpinned by an essence that is timeless. These forms are finite expressions of infinite ideas, embodying the transition from the abstract and ideal to the concrete and manifested. In this exploration, we delve into the heart of metaphysical philosophy, uncovering how the unseen and eternal blueprint of reality takes shape in the physical world we experience. It's a journey that bridges the gap between the known and the unknown, revealing the intricate tapestry of existence where the eternal and the transient, the ideal and the real, interweave to create the rich tapestry of the cosmos. Part 3. The illusion of reality and the cycle of cosmic drama. As we delve deeper into the cosmic narrative, we encounter the concept of the eternal ideal. This represents the inner, unmanifested reality where eternal ideas or forms exist. It's akin to a hidden dimension where the blueprint of all existence resides, untouched and pure. In contrast, the perpetual motion, symbolized by the great breath, is the dynamic process that brings these eternal ideas into manifestation. This cosmic force or divine energy is what animates the universe, transforming the unmanifested into the manifested. The finite manifestation, which is our cosmic or phenomenal plane, is the visible, physical reality we interact with. It emerges from the eternal ideas taking form through perpetual motion. The philosophy posits that every physical form, whether natural or human-made, has an ideal form or archetype in the eternal realm. An intriguing aspect is the concept that nothing is entirely new. All forms are manifestations of pre-existing ideas. This process is described as moving from the most sublimated, pure state to the most gross, material form, much like an artist bringing a vision to life from the depths of imagination. This brings us to the concept of illusion, or Maya, in the phenomenal universe. Compared to the unchanging reality of the one or the absolute, our world is transient and ever-changing, thus considered an illusion. This idea is central to Eastern philosophies, where the material world is seen as a temporary stage in a broader, unchanging reality. Life, then, is likened to a cosmic play or drama, Manvantara, where we see only the shadows of reality, much like puppets casting shadows behind a screen. The true form of the cosmos remains unseen, operated by unseen forces beyond our comprehension. We, as part of this universe, are also actors in this grand illusion. While the universe might be an illusion, it is real enough for those within it. We are part of this grand illusion, living and experiencing it as our reality. This ties back to the idea that what we know and perceive is just one aspect of a much larger, more complex, and eternal structure of existence. As we reach the culmination of our exploration into the illusion of reality and the cycle of cosmic drama, we are confronted with profound philosophical questions that challenge our understanding of existence and our role within it. The question of free will. The concept of free will is deeply intertwined with the notion of the cosmic drama we find ourselves in. Do we, as actors in this grand play, have the autonomy to choose our paths, or are we merely following a predetermined script? While the universe unfolds according to its own laws and rhythms, the idea of free will suggests that within this cosmic framework, we possess the capacity to make choices and influence the course of our lives. This autonomy is not absolute, but operates within the boundaries of cosmic laws, much like an actor who improvises within the confines of the play's theme. The infinite play of life. Why must this drama unfold infinitely? The endless cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction, a concept echoed in many philosophical and spiritual traditions, points towards a universe in constant evolution. This perpetual motion, symbolized by the great breath, suggests that the universe is a dynamic, ever-changing entity, with each cycle offering opportunities for growth, learning, and experiencing new aspects of existence. The infinity of this process reflects the boundless nature of the universe itself, always moving, always evolving. The end of the cosmic drama. Will this cosmic drama ever reach a conclusion? In many spiritual beliefs, the end of one cycle is merely the beginning of another. The notion of an ultimate end is replaced by the idea of transformation and renewal. This cyclical view of existence implies that while individual dramas may conclude, the overarching cosmic drama continues, eternally reinventing and expressing itself in myriad forms. The beauty and purpose of life. The question of life's inherent beauty and purpose has been a subject of contemplation across various philosophical and esoteric traditions. Each offers a unique perspective on what it means to find beauty and purpose in existence. In the realm of Platonism, beauty and goodness are seen as absolute concepts existing in the realm of forms. Our world, being a mere reflection of this realm, has the potential to mirror this beauty and goodness. This perspective encourages an exploration of these ideal forms, suggesting that the purpose of life lies in striving towards these higher, more perfect models of beauty and goodness. Neoplatonism takes this a step further by positing the One as the ultimate source of all existence and inherently good. Our existence, as emanations from the One, is a journey back to this source, a process that is beautiful in its pursuit of returning to the original state of goodness and unity. Hermeticism speaks of the all, encompassing everything that exists. It holds that the all is inherently good, and thus life in all its forms is a manifestation of this goodness. In this view, the beauty and purpose of life lie in recognizing and aligning with the goodness that underpins all existence. Stoicism teaches that living in accordance with nature and reason is the path to virtue and goodness. The beauty of life, in this view, is found in accepting the natural order and rational structure of the universe and living a life that is in harmony with these principles. Existentialism shifts the focus to individual existence, It argues that beauty and purpose are not predefined, but are created through our choices and actions. In this philosophy, the purpose of life is to live authentically and create our own meaning, even in the absence of an absolute reality. Eastern philosophies like Vedanta and Buddhism view the ultimate reality as beyond the dualistic concepts of good and bad. The beauty and purpose of life, from this perspective, are found in understanding and aligning with this ultimate reality, leading to a state of peace, harmony, and enlightenment. These diverse philosophical perspectives offer a rich tapestry of insights into the beauty and purpose of life. They suggest that life's beauty lies in its complexity, diversity, and our capacity to perceive, learn, and adapt. Whether it's through aligning with ideal forms, returning to a source of goodness, living in harmony with nature and reason, creating personal meaning, or understanding a transcendent reality. Each perspective provides a pathway to finding balance, harmony, and understanding in life. In essence, these philosophies invite us to find beauty and goodness in our existence, to embrace the diversity of life experiences, and to seek a harmonious and purposeful path in our journey through the cosmos. Reality, meaning, and our role. In the face of life's illusions and the grandeur of the cosmic play, one might wonder if anything truly matters or if our choices and actions have any real significance. This existential inquiry brings us back to the concept of Maya and the idea that while the phenomenal world may be transient, it is real in our experience. Our actions, choices, and experiences contribute to our growth and understanding. We are not just passive actors. We are co-creators of our reality, imbuing our lives with meaning through our perceptions, decisions, and interactions. In conclusion, as we navigate the cosmic drama, we are invited to reflect on these philosophical questions, exploring the nature of free will, the purpose of the infinite play, the beauty of life, and our role in this grand scheme. While definitive answers may elude us, the journey of contemplation and understanding enriches our experience, offering a deeper appreciation of our existence within this vast, mysterious, and ever-evolving cosmos. In our final synthesis of these ideas, let's consider the journey of the Knight of Pentacles, a figure of steadfastness and dedication. Like this knight, we are encouraged to approach life step by step with patience and individual responsibility, recognizing that progress is often gradual and requires consistent effort. As we align with the universal rhythm, the monad reminds us that the ultimate reality may be ineffable, yet through our experience and connection to the energy of the universe, we can engage in a dialogue with the unseen forces. This dialogue is not with the physical entities we can perceive, but rather with the metaphysical principles that govern our existence. By developing our own system, integrating intuition and strong faith, we open ourselves to the flow of synchronicities that signal our attunement with the cosmic order. These systems should not be rigid, but rather should remain open to adaptation and growth, informed by our continuous quest for understanding. We find that as we cease to cling to any single dogmatic system, and instead embrace a harmonious blend of wisdom, the magic of the cosmos unfolds before us, leading to a profound realization that everything is connected, and every step we take is part of a larger divine choreography. This journey we undertake is not just about personal development, but about recognizing our place within the cosmic play, contributing our unique verse to the eternal story. The path of the Knight of Pentacles, grounded and steady, assures us that our disciplined pursuit of growth and understanding is not only meaningful, but also vital to the cosmic tapestry in which we find ourselves interwoven. In essence, this is a call to action, a reminder that through patience, persistence, and openness to the universal energies, we can discover not just the magic in the world around us, but also the magic within ourselves.
The Demiurge and the Hidden God. Chapter 1. Introduction. What is this book about? Welcome to this small book, designed to guide you through the fascinating concept of the Demiurge, a term that has intrigued thinkers, theologians, and scholars for centuries. At its core, the Demiurge is a primal creator figure, responsible for the formation of the physical universe. This book aims to unravel the complexity surrounding this mysterious figure, providing you with a clear and concise understanding of what the Demiurge is, how the concept has evolved, and its significance in various religious and philosophical systems. As ancient Greek philosopher Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." The quote by Socrates captures the essence of why a book like this matters. Understanding concepts like the Demiurge enriches our worldview, offering us new perspectives on the nature of existence, creation, and perhaps even the meaning of life. Who should read this book? This book is intended for anyone curious about metaphysical concepts, the origins of the universe, or the overlapping realms of philosophy and spirituality. You do not need any prior knowledge of these topics to understand the contents of this book. Whether you're a student, a spiritual seeker, or just someone interested in expanding your intellectual horizons, this book aims to offer something of value to you. As Lewis Carroll famously penned in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, "Begin at the beginning," the king said gravely, "and go on till you come to the end, then stop." This introductory chapter serves to prepare you for the journey ahead. We'll start with the basics, defining what the term Demiurge means, and gradually delve deeper into its historical roots, its place in various philosophical discourses, and its significance in modern-day thought. We will also address controversies and debates surrounding the Demiurge, and by the end of this book, equip you with enough understanding to embark on your own exploration of this concept. Now, let's begin this enlightening journey. Chapter 2. Defining Demiurge. Basic definition. The word demiurge comes from the Greek term demiurgos, which translates to worker or artisan. In its most basic sense, the demiurge is understood as a creator deity or force responsible for crafting the material world. But, as you'll soon discover, the concept isn't as straightforward as it seems at first glance. As stated in the Apocryphon of John, the Archon Demiurge said to his subjects, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me." This Gnostic quote sheds light on the complexity of the demiurge's character. While seen as a creator, in Gnostic traditions, the demiurge also comes across as a being that claims divinity for itself, diverting souls from recognizing the higher true divinity. Origin of the term. The term demiurge has its roots in ancient Greek philosophy, notably in the works of Plato. However, it's essential to recognize that the concept predates Plato and has been a part of human cosmological theories across various cultures and epochs. Its name and nature may vary, but the core idea remains. There exists a being or force that has crafted the physical reality we inhabit. As Galileo Galilei astutely observed, names and attributes must be accommodated to the essence of things, and not the essence to the names, since things come first and names afterwards. Galileo's quote reminds us that while the term demiurge is particular to specific philosophical and religious traditions, the underlying concept of a creator is nearly universal. This also suggests that our exploration should not be restricted merely to the nomenclature, but should extend to the essence it aims to capture. Multifaceted interpretations, as we will see in the coming chapters. The demiurge is not universally understood or described in the same way across different traditions. In some, it's the benevolent architect working to manifest a divine blueprint. In others, it's a somewhat flawed or even malevolent being who traps souls in the material world. As Oscar Wilde succinctly put it, to define is to limit. Wilde's words caution us as we delve deeper into defining the demiurge. While it is crucial to offer clear definitions, we must remain aware that such definitions are often not all encompassing. Our understanding will evolve as we journey through the various philosophical and spiritual landscapes that have engaged with this enigmatic concept. In summary, the term demiurge can be thought of as an artisan or creator responsible for the material universe. It originates from ancient philosophical discussions, but has been adapted and reinterpreted across various religious and philosophical systems. Despite the various ways it is portrayed, the demiurge remains a compelling concept for understanding the origin and organization of the world around us. As we proceed, we will explore these multiple facets in greater detail, always remembering that our definitions, while useful, may not fully encapsulate the complexity of what the demiurge has represented through the ages. Now that you have a basic understanding of what the demiurge is, let's delve into its historical origins and how different philosophies and religions have conceptualized it. Chapter 3. Historical Overview. Ancient Greece. Ancient Greek philosophy is like the granddaddy of all Western thought. It laid the foundations for many ideas that we still talk about today, such as justice, beauty, and even the nature of existence. One of the big-name philosophers from ancient Greece is Plato, and he came up with a very intriguing concept, the demiurge. Plato was an ancient Greek philosopher who lived around 400 BC. He wrote a lot of dialogues, which are kind of like play scripts, where characters discuss big ideas. One of these dialogues is called Timaeus, and it's here that he first talks about the demiurge, in Timaeus. Plato describes the demiurge as a divine craftsman. Imagine a master artist or a skilled carpenter, but for the whole universe. According to Plato, this demiurge took a look at the world when it was all chaotic and messy. He then used his divine crafting skills to organize this chaos into the world as we know it. Plato suggests that the demiurge uses a kind of heavenly blueprint to create the world. This blueprint is what Plato calls the world of forms. Basically, it's a realm of perfect, unchanging ideas or forms that the demiurge uses as a guide for making the physical world. Let's say you want to build the perfect chair. You'd have an idea of what that perfect chair should look like, right? In Plato's thinking, that perfect chair idea exists in the world of forms, and the demiurge would use that ideal form as a model to create actual physical chairs in our world. As the ancient Greek philosopher Plato observed, reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. Although this quote isn't directly about the demiurge, it helps us understand Plato's point. The demiurge shapes the reality of the physical world based on ideal forms, much like how our minds can shape our own realities, based on our ideas, beliefs, and perspectives. Gnosticism. Gnosticism is a collection of religious ideas and systems that originated in the early Christian era. It's not a single organized religion, but rather a term that encompasses various beliefs that share some common themes. One such theme is a distinct view of the demiurge, different from what Plato described. In Gnostic texts, the demiurge is often portrayed as an entity that is less than benevolent, and sometimes downright malevolent. This is a big contrast to Plato's more positive craftsman, like demiurge. In Gnosticism, the demiurge is often seen as a being who creates the physical world to trap human souls and keep them away from their true divine nature. According to Gnostic belief, the demiurge thinks it is the ultimate god and wants to keep human souls entrapped in the material world, ignorant of their true divine nature. It's like a cosmic con artist trying to divert us from realizing our true potential and spiritual heritage. As recounted in the Apocryphon of John, the Archon, or demiurge, proclaimed, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me." This quote illustrates the demiurge's arrogance and misunderstanding of its place in the cosmic order. It believes itself to be the ultimate God, when in Gnostic belief, it is actually an inferior deity, far removed from the true source of divinity. As stated by Jesus Christ in the Gospel of Luke, "The kingdom of God is within you." Though not a Gnostic text, this quote from the Gospel of Luke encapsulates a core Gnostic belief. The true divine source is within each of us, and it is not the demiurge who creates the physical world. The material world, according to Gnosticism, is a distraction, or even a trap, that keeps us from recognizing and accessing our inner divinity. By understanding both the Platonic and Gnostic views, you can see how the concept of the demiurge has evolved and taken on different shades of meaning over time. While Plato saw it as a divine craftsman doing its best to create a good world, Gnostic texts often view it as a being that entraps and deceives. The Gnostic demiurge serves as a warning, a cosmic red flag, signaling us to look inward for the divine, rather than getting lost in the material world. Neoplatonism. Neoplatonism is a philosophical system that emerged several centuries after Plato, building upon and extending his ideas. It was developed primarily by philosophers like Plotinus, who aimed to synthesize various strands of philosophy into a cohesive worldview. Plotinus was an ancient philosopher who lived in the 3rd century AD. He's the main figure associated with Neoplatonism, and he brought some new ideas to the table regarding the demiurge in Neoplatonic thought. The demiurge is seen as an emanation from the One. Think of the One as the ultimate source of everything, so pure and so perfect that it's beyond our comprehension. An emanation is like a natural outflow from this source. Similar to how light emanates from the sun, the demiurge, in this view, is not an independent or separate being, but rather a necessary aspect of the cosmic order. It serves as a link, connecting the ultimate unity of the One to the multiplicity and diversity of the material world. In Neoplatonism, the universe is like a multi-layered cake. At the top, you have the One, which is pure and perfect. As you go down the layers, things get more complex and less perfect. The demiurge is essential because it acts as a mediator, translating the perfection of the One into the imperfect material world we experience every day. As the ancient philosopher Plotinus declared, all is one. One is all. This quote encapsulates the essence of Neoplatonic thought. It tells us that everything is connected in a grand, unified whole. Even the demiurge, which may be seen as a separate entity in other philosophies or religious traditions, is part of this unity in Neoplatonism. It's not an independent craftsman or a malevolent deceiver, but a natural part of the cosmic process that connects the One to our material reality. In summary, the concept of the demiurge has a varied and complex history, changing dramatically depending on the philosophical or religious context, from the benevolent craftsman in Plato's vision to the misguided or malevolent creator in Gnostic texts, and finally as an integral part of the cosmic order in Neoplatonism. The demiurge serves as a focal point for various ideas about the origins and structure of the universe. As we proceed, we will dive deeper into these varying interpretations and how they have shaped our understanding of reality. Chapter 4. Philosophical Context. Plato's Timaeus. In Plato's philosophy, the demiurge is not a god to be worshipped in the way that traditional gods in polytheistic or monotheistic religions are. Instead, it's considered a metaphysical principle, which means it's an essential part of the framework that explains how the universe or reality functions. The term eternal craftsman is used to indicate that the demiurge is an everlasting principle that is always active in shaping and maintaining the physical world, unlike gods in mythologies who might rest after creating the world. This craftsman is eternally active, constantly working to maintain the balance and order of the cosmos. In Plato's philosophy, there exists a realm of forms or ideas which are the perfect, unchanging archetypes of all things in the physical world. For instance, the form of a circle is the concept of a perfect circle that exists only in the realm of forms, and all circles in the physical world are approximations of this perfect circle. The demiurge looks to these perfect forms when creating or shaping the material world. The quote from Plato, "Truth is the beginning of every good thing, both to gods and men, and he who would be blessed and happy should be from the first a partaker of truth," underscores the demiurge's mission to replicate the ultimate truth found in the realm of forms. This ultimate truth is the perfection or ideal state of being that the forms represent. By attempting to replicate these forms in the material world, the demiurge is essentially trying to bring this ultimate truth into the realm of the physical. It's worth noting that the demiurge works within the constraints of the physical world. This means that while the demiurge aims to replicate the perfection of the forms, it can't make the physical world entirely perfect. The material world is inherently flawed and limited, so it can never be a perfect replica of the realm of forms. By understanding these components, the passage argues that in Plato's philosophical system, the demiurge is a principle of order and goodness. It serves to connect the perfect, unchanging world of forms with the imperfect, constantly changing material world, continually striving to make the latter as close to the former as possible. The role of demiurge in creation of the universe. In philosophical discourse, the demiurge often serves as the middle ground entity between the realm of unchanging truths and the ever-fluctuating material world. It acts as a bridge or intermediary, crafting the universe with both design and purpose. As Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. This sentiment serves as a powerful reminder that we are not merely passive participants in our own lives. Instead, we have the ability to actively shape our future through the decisions we make and the actions we take today. Although Drucker's quote is aimed at personal development and not directly related to the demiurge, the sentiment still holds value. It elegantly captures the role of the demiurge in the philosophical context as a being whose function is not just to predict or foresee, but to create, to bring forth the future, or in this case, the material world, based on a higher design or blueprint. Is the demiurge good or evil? The morality of the demiurge is a topic of much debate in philosophical circles. In Platonic and Neoplatonic thought, the demiurge is inherently good, or at least neutral, striving to mirror the perfection of the forms. However, in Gnostic texts, the demiurge often appears as ignorant or even malevolent, unaware of any higher reality beyond the physical world it has created. As William Shakespeare insightfully noted in Hamlet, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Shakespeare's classic line can offer a fresh perspective on the moral ambiguity surrounding the demiurge. The interpretation of the demiurge's nature, whether it's good, evil, or something in between, often lies in the worldview of the interpreter rather than any intrinsic qualities of the demiurge itself. In this chapter, we've delved deep into the philosophical roots of the demiurge, exploring its origins and roles from Plato's dialogues to Neoplatonist thought. We've seen how the demiurge serves as a key principle that strives to bridge the ideal and the material worlds, working within the constraints of the latter to manifest the perfection of the former. This philosophical framework not only sheds light on the complex nature of existence, but also sets the stage for understanding how these abstract concepts are represented in symbolic forms. As we transition to the next chapter, we will examine the various symbols that have been associated with the demiurge across different cultures and religious traditions. This will offer another layer of depth to our understanding, providing visual and symbolic dimensions to this complex entity. Chapter 5. Symbols of the demiurge. The language of symbols. Symbols are more than mere decorations or simple illustrations. They are, as Swiss psychologist Carl Jung said, the best possible expression of a thought that can never be completely elucidated. This profound statement acknowledges that symbols serve as a language, one that can convey complex and often abstract ideas that may be too nuanced or vast for words alone. In the case of the Demiurge, this entity is not just an abstract concept confined to philosophical discourses and religious texts. Rather, it has been vividly portrayed through a myriad of symbols, each attempting to encapsulate its diverse nature and functions. But why are symbols so important? Humans have an innate tendency to understand the world through the use of symbolism. Symbols help shape our understanding of the complex, often abstract, realities that words alone can't fully capture. From religious icons to national flags, symbols have the power to evoke deep emotions, tell intricate stories, and even shape societies. Jung went further to suggest that symbols are deeply ingrained in the human psyche, and that they serve as conduits connecting our conscious minds to the unconscious. So what are the symbols that represent the Demiurge, and what do they tell us about this complex and multifaceted entity? In this chapter, we will explore these visual and symbolic dimensions, diving deep into the portrayals that have emerged across different cultures and religious doctrines. By understanding these symbols, we can add another layer to our comprehension of the Demiurge and its impact on human thought and spirituality. Classical representations. In ancient art and literature, the Demiurge is often portrayed as a craftsman with tools in hand, busy with the act of creation. This reflects the Demiurge's role as described in Plato's Timaeus, where the entity is tasked with shaping the material world. As the Roman poet Horace eloquently put it, a picture is a poem without words. The imagery of a craftsman serves as a poem that encapsulates the Demiurge's essence, presenting a vivid picture of its creative and formative power. Gnostic interpretation. In the realm of Gnostic thought, the Demiurge is often portrayed in a less than flattering light, a far cry from the benevolent craftsman of Platonic ideology. One of the most striking symbols associated with the Gnostic Demiurge is the lion-headed serpent, a complex figure replete with layers of meaning. As Philip K. Dick aptly noted, the symbols of the divine show up in our world initially at the trash stratum. In Gnostic art and literature, the lion-headed serpent often appears with additional celestial symbols, the sun situated behind its head, and occasionally the moon and stars surrounding it. Each component contributes to the narrative that Gnosticism paints about the Demiurge. The lion-headed serpent is a fusion of two creatures generally considered opposites in nature. The lion, often associated with nobility and courage, and the serpent, commonly linked to wisdom, but also deceit. This duality encapsulates the Gnostic view of the Demiurge as a complex figure that is both creator and obstructor, one that both enlightens and deceives. The sun behind the serpent's head represents illumination and the power that the Demiurge wields over the material realm. Yet, in Gnostic thought, this light is often considered a false or lesser light, a pale imitation of the true divine illumination. The moon and stars accompanying the figure further enhance its complexity. In many spiritual traditions, the moon symbolizes the subconscious or hidden aspects, while stars often signify potential or individuality. In the context of the Gnostic Demiurge, these celestial bodies serve to highlight the scope and complexity of the created world, as well as the illusion, or Maya, that the Demiurge perpetuates. Taken together, these symbols offer a rich tapestry of meaning, aiming to capture the multifaceted and often paradoxical nature of the Demiurge as understood in Gnostic tradition. Each symbol serves as a kind of spiritual shorthand, conveying complex ideas about the Demiurge's role as both a creator and a force that keeps souls entangled in the material realm. Jungian archetypes. In Carl Jung's psychological framework, an archetype is a universal symbol or motif that recurs across different cultures and throughout history. These archetypes are not learned, but are instead a part of the collective unconscious, a term that Jung used to describe the part of the unconscious mind that is shared by a society, a people, or all humankind. Archetypes embody fundamental human experiences, serving as basic building blocks of the psyche and contributing to how individuals understand and navigate the world. As Carl Jung articulated, the archetype is a tendency to form such representations of a motif, representations that can vary a great deal in detail without losing their basic pattern. The collective unconscious, according to Jung, is a layer of the unconscious mind that is inherited and shared among all humans. It is not shaped by personal experiences. Rather, it contains universal experiences and ideas that are common to all human beings, regardless of their cultural background. The collective unconscious holds these universal symbols or archetypes, which surface in art, dreams, and religions. As Carl Jung observed, the collective unconscious consists of the sum of the instincts and their correlates, the archetypes. Just as everybody possesses instincts, so he also possesses a stock of archetypal images. Jung saw the Demiurge as a manifestation of what he termed the self-archetype, representing the organizing principle and the fountainhead of all other archetypes. The Demiurge, in Jung's perspective, is both an inner and an outer principle. Internally, it stands for the dynamic force that brings cohesion and unity to the individual psyche. Externally, it symbolizes the pattern or structure that imposes order on the external world. Jung's idea of the Demiurge is rooted in dualities, creation and destruction, consciousness and unconsciousness, and individuality and collectivity. He did not see the Demiurge as a solely benevolent or malevolent figure, but as a complex, multifaceted archetype with a wide array of potential meanings. As Carl Jung articulated, the self is not only the center, but also the whole circumference, which embraces both conscious and unconscious. It is the center of this totality, just as the ego is the center of consciousness. In a simplified manner, Carl Jung saw the Demiurge as a sort of universal symbol that exists in the back of everyone's mind, a part of what he called the collective unconscious. Imagine the collective unconscious as a vast library of symbols and ideas that every person is born with, even if they don't know it. These symbols are like templates for understanding the world around us, and they show up in our dreams, stories, and religions. Jung thought the Demiurge was one such symbol, a stand in for the idea of creation and organization. It is not necessarily good or bad. Instead, it represents the creative and sometimes chaotic forces that are at work, both in the world and within ourselves. So when you read about the Demiurge in ancient myths or modern stories, You're actually tapping into a symbol that has deep roots in the human mind, a symbol that can help you explore big questions about how the world is organized and what your place in it might be. By understanding the demiurge as an archetype within the collective unconscious, Jung elevates the concept beyond a mere historical or religious idea. Instead, it becomes a living symbol, deeply embedded in the psyche of every individual, reflecting universal tensions between order and chaos, between the finite and the infinite. By exploring Jung's comprehensive insights, we can better appreciate the multidimensional nature of the demiurge, recognizing its role not just in religious and philosophical traditions, but also in the deepest corners of the human psyche. In this chapter, we have traversed the landscape of symbols to explore the demiurge's multifaceted nature. From ancient portrayals to Jungian archetypes, each form and symbol adds a layer of complexity and nuance to our understanding of this enigmatic figure. As we've seen, symbols serve as the language that bridges the gap between the conscious and the unconscious, the individual and the collective, the human and the divine. These symbolic portrayals set the stage for our next inquiry, where we will delve into the scriptural accounts and religious texts that further shape and define the concept of the demiurge. It is here that we'll see how age-old traditions have incorporated this figure into their cosmologies, offering yet another lens through which to examine its impact and relevance. Chapter 6. Demiurge in religious texts. Demiurge in Gnostic texts. In Gnostic traditions, the demiurge often takes on a less flattering role compared to its Platonic counterpart. Here, the demiurge is not the ultimate god, but rather a lesser deity responsible for creating the physical material world. The Gnostic demiurge is generally seen as ignorant or even malevolent, blinding souls to their true divine nature. As stated in the Gospel of Thomas, know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed to you. This quote from the Gnostic Gospel of Thomas encapsulates the Gnostic approach to demiurge. According to Gnostic texts, understanding the nature of the demiurge leads to greater spiritual insights and frees one from the illusions of the material world. Contrasting Yahweh and the Gnostic demiurge, in exploring the character of the demiurge, it's vital to understand its contrasting portrayals in different religious traditions. One of the most interesting comparisons is with Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament. Carl Jung, a renowned psychologist, had some thought-provoking insights on this subject. Jung observed that Yahweh seemed to define himself through his creations, almost as if he needed them to confirm his own existence. He wasn't fully aware of himself in the way a human being with self-reflective capabilities might be. In simpler terms, imagine a painter so engrossed in his paintings that he forgets he is more than just the act of painting. This lack of self-awareness makes Yahweh act in ways that appear contradictory or confusing to humans. According to Jung, this doesn't mean that Yahweh is bad or imperfect, like the Gnostic view of the demiurge as a malevolent creator. Yahweh is, instead, a complex being who embodies all qualities, both good and bad. He is the totality of everything, which means he can be both completely just and its total opposite. The idea is that Yahweh, unlike the Gnostic demiurge, isn't limited to just one aspect of morality or creation. He's a more complex figure, embodying multiple traits and characteristics that may sometimes appear contradictory to us. While we should bear in mind that these are interpretations shaped by human thought, they offer us unique windows into understanding the complex and multifaceted nature of divine entities, like the demiurge and Yahweh. In summary, the complex nature of divine entities, like Yahweh and the demiurge, demands a nuanced approach to understanding them. While the Gnostic demiurge is often portrayed as a limited, even malevolent being, Yahweh presents a different picture. A being of multifaceted qualities, both just and unjust, aware and unaware. Carl Jung's insights remind us that these deities can be seen as reflections of our own inner complexities and potentialities, not just as external figures. They embody contradictions that challenge our conventional understanding of morality, self-awareness, and divinity. Thus, the demiurge and Yahweh serve as intriguing mirrors for exploring the intricate tapestry of both the divine and human psyche, similarities and differences in Eastern religions. Though the term demiurge originates from Western traditions, one can identify analogous ideas within Eastern religious philosophies, particularly in Hinduism. In Hindu cosmology, Brahma is the god responsible for the act of creation. However, Brahma is not the ultimate reality. That designation belongs to Brahman, the unchanging, infinite, immanent, and transcendent reality amidst and beyond the world. To better understand, consider Brahma as the craftsman and Brahman as the ultimate essence, or the metaphysical clay from which the craftsman molds the world. While Brahma spins the web of the visible world, he is still an aspect of the overarching Brahman, the ultimate reality. In this way, Brahma serves a function similar to the demiurge, as he too brings the physical world into existence, but is not regarded as the supreme power. The Bhagavad Gita, a 700-verse Hindu scripture, offers an insightful perspective on creation that aligns closely with this conversation. As the Bhagavad Gita proclaims, creation is only the projection into form of that which already exists. This quote speaks volumes about Eastern attitudes towards the concept of creation. Like the demiurge, Brahma doesn't create the world from nothing. He shapes it from an already existing higher reality, which is Brahman. This aligns well with the Platonic or Neoplatonic notion of the demiurge, fashioning the world as a reflection of pre-existing ideal forms, or as an emanation from the One. The concept of a creating entity similar to the demiurge can vary significantly based on the religious or philosophical tradition one examines. In the Gnostic tradition, the demiurge is often seen as a malevolent or ignorant entity that separates human souls from their divine source. In contrast, Hindu philosophy presents a more benign creator in Brahma, who nevertheless is not the ultimate source of divine truth. In summary, while the term demiurge may not appear explicitly in Eastern religions, the idea it encapsulates finds resonance in philosophies like Hinduism. Across varying religious landscapes, this enigmatic entity serves as a compelling model for exploring how different cultures and spiritualities navigate the profound questions of creation, divinity, and ultimate reality. As we conclude this chapter, it becomes evident that the concept of the demiurge, while rooted in Platonic philosophy, has found a multitude of expressions across different religious and philosophical systems. From from the Gnostic portrayal of a malevolent jailer to the multifaceted, morally complex characterization in the Judeo-Christian tradition, and even to its analogous counterparts in Eastern philosophies like Hinduism. The demiurge serves as a universal symbol for the tension between the ideal and the material, the ultimate and the immediate. This exploration reveals the inherent human curiosity about the origins of existence, the nature of the divine, and our own role within the cosmic landscape. The demiurge, in its various incarnations, invites us to question, ponder, and possibly reconfigure our understanding of these primal concerns. Each tradition we've examined adds a unique lens, widening our collective perspective on a concept that defies simple categorization. Whether viewed as a creator, a guardian, a trickster, or a psychological archetype, the demiurge remains an endlessly intriguing figure that challenges us to think more deeply about the world we inhabit and the unseen realms that may lie beyond it. By surveying the many religious texts that discuss or allude to the demiurge, we've taken a comprehensive look at this elusive concept. Yet the journey is far from over, as each new generation revisits these ancient ideas, adding their own interpretations and insights. This ever-evolving dialogue ensures that the demiurge will continue to be a subject of intrigue and debate, captivating the minds of seekers for generations to come. Chapter 7. The Great Reveal. The Mirror of God. Carl Jung posited that man is the mirror which God holds up to himself, or the sense organ with which he apprehends his being. This profound statement opens up a realm of inquiry into how humans interact with the divine, both as reflections and as sensory instruments. If we consider ourselves the mirror in which God sees his reflection, it implies that our existence serves as a means for the divine to understand itself. In this regard, we become co-creators of the universe and are endowed with a purpose that far transcends mere existence. We become instrumental in the ongoing narrative of cosmic self-awareness. Similarly, being the sense organ of the divine suggests that human consciousness, with its complexities and potentials, serves a higher purpose. We're not passive spectators, but active participants in a grand cosmic drama, our lives contributing to the divine understanding of existence and morality. This makes the human experience not merely a byproduct of the demiurge's creation, but a critical component. So-called progress, as Jung describes it, leads simultaneously to a spiritual inflation and to an unconsciousness of God. Our technological and intellectual advancements might inflate our sense of importance, but they also distance us from the humility of recognizing our role as mere censors in the divine scheme. In Jung's view, human beings are not just passive creations of the demiurge. We play an essential role in the divine plan. When we make progress, especially in technology and knowledge, we sometimes start to feel overly important. This spiritual inflation can make us forget that we are, essentially, the sense organs through which the divine understands itself. In other words, our advancements may make us proud, but they can also make us forget our true role in the grand scheme of things, inflating the human spirit. Carl Jung warned of the duality inherent in human progress, stating that it leads simultaneously to a spiritual inflation and to an unconsciousness of God. Genetivis accusativus. On one hand, the marvels of technology, science, and human achievement have endowed us with an ever-expanding range of abilities that would have seemed miraculous just a few generations ago. Whether it's exploring outer space, modifying our genetic code, or creating complex virtual realities, our capacity to manipulate our environment and ourselves has grown exponentially. However, this progress also carries with it a perilous form of spiritual inflation. As we become more proficient masters of the material world, it's easy to forget the divine spark that, according to various philosophical and spiritual traditions, ignited the flame of human intelligence and creativity in the first place. In this sense, we become victims of our own success, allowing our technological and intellectual achievements to cloud our understanding of our relationship with the divine. Jung's use of the term genetivis accusativus implies a grammatical relationship that is both possessive and accusative. This suggests that as we progress, we not only possess our achievements, but are also accused by them, in the sense that they make us forget our foundational relationship with the divine and thus render us unconscious of God. In our quest for progress, we may confuse the tools and processes that we've created with the underlying realities they were designed to manipulate or understand. And herein lies the danger. When we mistake the map for the territory, we run the risk of thinking we are the creators rather than the created, further obscuring our understanding of the demiurge and our role within the grand scheme of existence. The demiurge within. In a letter, Carl Jung explored the intricate relationship between humanity and the divine, writing, "Man confuses himself with God, is identical with the demiurge, and begins to usurp cosmic powers of destruction. That is, to arrange a second deluge." In the ancient world, the concept of the demiurge represented an intermediary between the human and the divine, as a lesser deity responsible for shaping the material world. The demiurge was viewed as something separate from humankind. However, in our modern era, advancements in technology and philosophy have blurred this distinction. We live in an age where the boundaries of human capability are continuously expanding. Whether it's mastering genetics, manipulating the weather, or inventing new forms of artificial intelligence, we're increasingly taking on roles once ascribed to gods or the divine. But what happens when we start to believe that we are not just mimicking the creative or destructive powers traditionally assigned to deities, but that we are those deities? Jung suggests a dark potential for self-deception here. By claiming God, like powers, whether through technological advancements or ideological constructs, we risk identifying so fully with the demiurge that we lose sight of our limitations. When this happens, we begin to usurp cosmic powers of destruction, convinced that we're qualified to make sweeping changes to the natural order. Jung evokes the image of a second deluge, a catastrophic flood, like the one described in ancient scriptures. To underline the dangers of this arrogance, the consequences of confusing ourselves with God or the demiurge are not merely philosophical musings. They could have tangible, disastrous implications. It's not just that we risk losing our ethical or spiritual bearings. We risk unleashing forces that we neither fully understand nor control, all while laboring under the illusion that we do. To better understand these dynamics, it's crucial to explore the interplay between our expanding capabilities and our philosophical or spiritual understanding of what those capabilities mean. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, we must also push the boundaries of our understanding, striving always to maintain a balanced view of our place in the grand cosmic scheme. Cosmic powers. Jung, in his letters, warned of the dangers when man begins to usurp cosmic powers of destruction, that is, to arrange a second deluge. This ominous caution is more than a metaphor. It's a direct confrontation with the perilous capabilities that we've accrued in the modern age. Advancements in fields like nuclear physics, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence have vested humanity with capabilities that were once the exclusive domain of mythological gods or natural forces. We have the technological means to significantly alter or even destroy life on a planetary scale, mimicking the mythical second deluge that Jung refers to. While these advancements signify monumental achievements in human intelligence and creativity, they also embody an immense potential for destruction. The mastery over cosmic forces carries not just the promise of improving life, but also the threat of annihilating it. Our newfound powers have outpaced our ethical and philosophical frameworks, leaving us susceptible to recklessness or misuse of these technologies. The demiurge within isn't just a philosophical or metaphorical idea. It is a very real potential that could either elevate us to unprecedented heights or precipitate our downfall. Jung's warning thus serves as a sobering reminder that with great power comes not just great responsibility, but also great peril. As we advance further into an era of unparalleled technological capability, it is incumbent upon us to exercise an equally advanced ethical discretion. In essence, it's not enough to possess the powers of a god. We must also cultivate the wisdom to wield them judiciously. Therefore, navigating this potential for destruction requires a deep understanding of both our capabilities and our limitations in the pursuit of a more balanced, sustainable interaction with the world. A double-edged sword. Carl Jung emphasized the incredible existential risk that accompanies the concept of God becoming man. This transformation isn't just theological, it directly affects human psychology and society. Jung noted that the danger of God becoming man also threatens humanity with the notion of becoming God, which can usher in a sense of cosmic hubris. When humans blur the lines between the divine and the mortal, as evidenced by our advancements in technology, morality, and understanding the universe, we encounter a paradox. On one hand, the closer we get to becoming God, the greater our potential for creative, positive transformation. On the other hand, this same potential enables us to wield cosmic powers of destruction, leading us to a path that could end in devastation. Jung viewed this as a psychological and spiritual tightrope. The concept of becoming godlike is tantalizing, but perilous. When imbued with a divine-like ability to create and destroy, humans have to manage the tension between these opposing forces carefully. The mistake lies in believing that we have tamed the chaos that comes with such power, thinking we become masters of the universe, rather than co-creators or stewards. What further complicates the matter is our limited understanding of the Mysteria Dei, or the mysteries of God. If we were to truly comprehend the profound nature of divine powers, would we still be as eager, or as reckless, in wielding them? Or would a deeper understanding of these cosmic responsibilities humble us into more cautious action? In summary, the danger of God becoming man is indeed a double-edged sword. It both empowers and endangers us. It is a cautionary tale of what could happen when we overestimate our abilities and underestimate the complexities of divine or cosmic responsibilities. We are at a crossroads, where our next steps must be taken with an acute awareness of this profound dualistic potential. The theological balancing act. Carl Jung's observation on the Catholic and Protestant approaches to faith adds another layer to our understanding of humanity's relationship with the divine. The Catholic Church, according to Jung, manages to balance belief and action through faith and ritual. This equilibrium serves as a safeguard against the dangers of spiritual inflation, where humans might mistakenly equate themselves with God. In Protestantism, the emphasis is mainly on sola fide, or faith alone. This focus, while spiritually enriching, might leave individuals more susceptible to the psychological pitfalls of identifying too closely with the divine. Jung's contention here is that the act of faith itself can be both empowering and precarious. Carl Jung delved into the nuanced interplay between faith and ritual in one of his letters, stating, "Sometimes semel creditice is sufficient for him, since he has the ritual graces," highlighting how a one-time act of faith may be enough when it's tempered by ritualistic practices. The concept of ritual graces brings us to an interesting point. Rituals act as both a manifestation and a grounding of faith. They help contain and channel the spiritual energies and enthusiasms evoked by faith. In doing so, rituals can serve as a psychological and spiritual safety net, providing a structured way for individuals to interact with the divine without losing their grounding in the earthly realm. Therefore, in the intricate dance between human and divine, faith and ritual serve as counterbalances. Faith propels us towards the divine, filling us with spiritual vigor and existential purpose. Rituals, on the other hand, tether us to earthly realities and responsibilities, reminding us that while we may strive for God-like wisdom and abilities, we are not gods ourselves. Thus, a balanced theological approach could act as a safety measure against the risks identified in the previous sections, that of humanity confusing itself with the divine and consequently wielding potentially destructive cosmic powers. Given these insights, it becomes evident that a balanced theological approach is not just a theoretical ideal, but a practical necessity. By harmonizing faith and ritual, one can not only deepen their spiritual experience, but also protect themselves from the hubris of over-identifying with the divine. This equilibrium, then, serves as a mechanism that allows humans to explore the depth of their spirituality while remaining grounded in their human limitations. In a world where spiritual quests often lead to extreme ideologies and practices, the wisdom of balancing faith with ritual offers a tempered path that respects both the celestial and the terrestrial aspects of our existence. Contemplating the Mysteria Dei, Jung urges us to learn to understand the Mysteria Dei better, emphasizing the importance of deepening our comprehension of divine mysteries. The term Mysteria Dei refers to the incomprehensible aspects of God, or the divine. By advocating for a better understanding of these mysteries, Jung is essentially calling for a more profound awareness of the complexities involved in the human-divine relationship. Why is understanding these mysteries so crucial? The danger lies in our tendency to simplify what is inherently complex, and in doing so, create skewed representations of both man and God, possibly identifying one as the other. Such simplifications can lead us toward the dangerous path of over-identification with the divine, potentially resulting in destructive behavior. If we don't comprehend the inherent complexities of the divine, we run the risk of making assumptions that oversimplify and limit our understanding of our place in the cosmos. This misunderstanding can, in turn, lead to the unconsciousness of God, a state in which we, filled with our own sense of inflated importance, forget the divine aspects and complexities that are beyond human grasp. Understanding the Mysteria Dei calls for humility. It's a call to accept the limitations of human knowledge and capability while striving for a more profound understanding. This involves a careful balance between embracing our potential to reflect divine attributes and maintaining a humble acceptance of our inherent limitations. In contemplating the mysteries of the divine, we create a protective barrier against the intoxicating and dangerous idea of ourselves as demiurges, thereby ensuring a healthier relationship with the realm of the divine. Navigating the thin line between human and divine, navigating the delicate balance between our human limitations and divine potentialities is no simple task. As we've explored throughout this chapter, there's a seductive allure to elevating ourselves to the status of the demiurge, particularly in an age of rapid technological and intellectual advancements. We stand on the precipice, armed with unprecedented powers of creation and destruction, all the while grappling with our limited understanding of divine complexities. The Mysteria Dei Jung warns us of the dangers of confusing man with God and of the intoxicating effects of spiritual inflation. The task, then, is one of equilibrium, acknowledging our divine-like capabilities while remaining aware of our limitations. This requires a nuanced understanding of faith and ritual, as well as a cautious approach to interpreting religious and philosophical ideas about the demiurge and divine creation. The stakes are high. The implications of mistaking ourselves for the divine could unleash chaotic forces we neither comprehend nor control. Therefore, a careful, conscious understanding of our own capabilities and limitations is not just advisable, but essential. In essence, we must strive for a respectful relationship with the divine, a relationship rooted in both awe and understanding. This is the safest way to navigate the perilous journey on the tightrope stretched between the human and the divine, ensuring that we neither fall into the abyss of destructive God-like pretensions nor lose sight of our remarkable human potential. Navigating the human-divine continue. As we come to the close of this exploration into the complex and nuanced concept of the demiurge, and particularly our consideration of humans as potential demiurges themselves, it's essential to ground our insights in everyday actions. While philosophical and theological inquiries provide us with a framework for understanding, they must ultimately translate into practical steps if they are to make a difference in the real world. In this section, we outline actionable solutions that allow us to better navigate the delicate balance between our human limitations and our demiurgic potential. By incorporating these strategies into our lives, we can engage more mindfully with our own abilities to create and destroy, thus honoring the divine complexity within us. 1. Self-awareness and reflection. One of the central themes of this chapter is the demiurgic potential within humanity. That is, our capacity to be creators and destroyers. Self-awareness is critical in tempering this potential. Practice mindfulness and self-reflection to become more conscious of your actions and their broader implications. 2. Ethical mindfulness. Given the demiurgic potential in all of us, ethical mindfulness is crucial. Before making significant decisions, consider their moral and ethical dimensions. Ask yourself, am I acting out of a sense of egoic inflation, or am I genuinely contributing to the greater good? 3. Balanced faith. As discussed in the subsection on faith and ritual, the theological balancing act, striking a balance between belief and action, is crucial. Whether you follow a religious path or a secular one, find a structured way to check your spiritual or ethical growth. This can be through rituals, moral codes, or ethical philosophies that serve as a counterbalance to unbridled ego. 4. Community engagement. Isolation can lead to an inflated sense of self, feeding the demiurge within. Engaging with a community allows you to gain perspectives other than your own, providing a kind of reality check, which can be both grounding and humbling. 5. Environmental responsibility. Given our cosmic powers of destruction, it's essential to be responsible stewards of the Earth. Adopt sustainable practices in your daily life and advocate for policies that protect our planet. Our ability to create or destroy isn't just metaphysical. It has very tangible consequences for the Earth. 6. Education. Invest in education that focuses not just on knowledge, but also on emotional intelligence and ethical reasoning. An education system that addresses these aspects can better equip future generations to handle the power that comes with human progress responsibly. 7. Promote dialogue. The subsection on contemplating the Mysteria Dei emphasized the need for understanding. Foster dialogue between different religious, spiritual, and secular groups. It's only through understanding each other's perspectives that we can arrive at a balanced view of our place in the cosmos. Being aware of our demiurgic potential is the first step in using it wisely. By applying these practical solutions, we can strive to walk the delicate line between human and divine, fulfilling our creative potential while remaining grounded in ethical and communal responsibility. By being cautious, stewards of our immense potential, we not only respect the divine aspects within us, but also ensure that they are channeled constructively for the benefit of all. Epilogue. The human journey through the lens of the demiurge. As we conclude our exploration of the demiurge, it is imperative to bring our attention back to the very beings entangled in this cosmic narrative. Us, human beings. Carl Jung, whose insights have informed much of this book, left us with profound thoughts that resonate deeply when contemplating our role in this intricate web of creation and perception. Carl Jung made an insightful observation about the varying responsibilities of self-focus at different stages of life. He stated, for a young person, it is almost a sin, or at least a danger, to be too preoccupied with himself. But for the aging person, it is a duty and a necessity to devote serious attention to himself. The journey with the demiurge invites us to reflect on the inner and outer worlds we inhabit. It beckons us to give serious attention to our place within the grand scheme, especially as we age and grow in wisdom. As we move forward in our lives, the questions surrounding the demiurge are not just intellectual curiosities, but have real implications for our spiritual well-being. In discussing the psychological and spiritual needs of individuals, particularly those in the latter stages of life, Carl Jung made an eye-opening statement. He observed, "I have treated many hundreds of patients. Among those in the second half of life, that is to say, over 35, there has not been one whose problem in the last resort was not that of finding a religious outlook on life. The notion of the demiurge can offer a lens through which to explore this religious outlook, understanding our complexities and contradictions as reflective of something much greater than ourselves. Finally, Jung gives us reason to appreciate the full arc of human life. As a final thought, Carl Jung offers a compelling perspective on the value and significance of aging, emphasizing that the latter years of human life are not to be seen as mere continuations of youth, but should be appreciated for their own unique meaning. As Jung said, a human being would certainly not grow to be 70 or 80 years old if this longevity had no meaning for the species. The afternoon of human life must also have a significance of its own, and cannot be merely a pitiful appendage to life's morning. The idea of the demiurge and the dialogues it provokes serve not just as philosophical musings, but as guiding lights that can illuminate the afternoon of human life, allowing us to see it as an invaluable part of a greater cosmic drama. By engaging with the concept of the demiurge, we embark on a journey that enriches our understanding, not only of the world around us, but also the inner landscape of our souls. It is a journey that can add depth and dimension to every stage of human life, from the exuberance of youth to the reflective quietude of age. As you close this book, may you carry these insights with you, letting them enrich your own journey as you navigate the delicate balance between the human and the divine, the known and the mysterious, the demiurge and the hidden god. Awakening the solar power, awakening the magician within. Introduction. The journey through the body's subtle energy centers is an explorative passage that has intrigued humans for millennia. The chakras, according to ancient Eastern philosophy, are not just mere points in our body. They are portals to understanding the deeper layers of the self, the unseen life force that animates our physical existence. These swirling wheels of energy guide us towards equilibrium, wellness, and the potential for transformation. To truly grasp the essence of chakras, one must be willing to transcend the confines of physical health and venture into the realm of emotional and spiritual well-being. Understanding chakras. The term chakra originates from the ancient Sanskrit word for wheel or circle. In the context of yoga and meditation practices, chakras are considered the focal points of life force, or prana, that reside within our subtle body. This energy, though non-physical, is believed to influence our physical, emotional, and spiritual health. There are 7 primary chakras that align along the spine. Starting from the base and moving up to the crown of the head, each chakra corresponds to specific aspects of our existence, from basic survival instincts to our connection with the divine. They are often depicted as lotus flowers, each with a different number of petals, colors, and symbols that signify their unique essence. Root chakra, Muladhara, represents our foundation and feeling of being grounded. Sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, connects to our ability to accept others and new experiences. Solar plexus chakra, Manipura, governs our confidence and control over our lives. Heart chakra, Anahata, relates to our ability to love and be loved. Throat chakra, Vishuddha, tied to our ability to communicate. Third eye chakra, Ajna, focuses on intuition and imagination. Crown chakra, Sahasrara, represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. These energy centers are not static. They fluctuate in response to physical conditions, emotional shifts, and spiritual growth. The flow of energy through our chakras can become blocked or imbalanced due to stress, illness, or emotional conflict, leading to a disruption in well-being that can manifest in various life aspects. The role of the Manipura, or solar plexus chakra, in personal transformation. The third chakra, known as Manipura, or solar plexus, is the focal point of this guide. It is the city of jewels, in which treasures of consciousness and personal power are said to reside. Located in the upper abdomen, in the stomach area, This chakra is the wellspring of personal power, self-esteem, and raw energy. It is associated with the element of fire, mirroring the heat and transformative power of our will. The Manipura chakra plays a pivotal role in personal transformation. It is here that the inertia of our past is burned away, giving rise to the energy that fuels our actions and propels us forward. A balanced Manipura chakra allows for a robust sense of self, an assertive disposition, and the capacity to make decisions that align with one's truest intentions. When this chakra is in harmony, it becomes the seat of personal power that enables one to navigate through life with confidence and purpose. It is the fire that drives change, the courage that pushes one to take risks, and the assertiveness that turns thoughts into actions. However, when it is blocked or out of balance, it can lead to feelings of weakness, passivity, and indecision. A balanced Manipura chakra is not about exerting power over others, but about achieving a balance of power within oneself. It's the energy center that fuels transformation, encouraging the shedding of old patterns and the embrace of the true self. By understanding and working with the Manipura chakra, we can ignite the inner strength needed to realize our potential and transform our lives. In the subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into the ways to identify imbalances within the Manipura chakra and explore practical methods to restore harmony. We will examine how diet, meditation, and understanding the symbolism associated with this chakra can contribute to a more empowered and authentic way of being. Through this guide, you will learn to tap into the reservoir of inner strength that lies within the Manipura chakra, harnessing it to fuel your journey toward personal growth and self-realization. The Manipura, or solar plexus chakra. The Manipura chakra, commonly known as the solar plexus chakra, is an integral part of the chakra system, which plays a significant role in the way we harness and project our personal power into the world. Location and significance of the Manipura chakra. The Manipura chakra is located in the upper part of the belly, where the diaphragm rests. This central position is no coincidence, as it stands at the center of the body, acting as the core of our willpower and self-esteem. The area it encompasses includes the stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and the adrenal glands, all bodily components that are crucial for digestion, metabolism, and the stress response. The significance of the Manipura chakra within the spiritual anatomy is profound, often depicted as a bright yellow vortex of energy. It resonates with the warmth and radiance of the sun. This chakra governs our sense of identity, our self-discipline, and our ability to assert ourselves in the world. The Manipura chakra is our energetic powerhouse that fuels movement and growth in our lives. In many spiritual traditions, the solar plexus chakra is associated with the element of fire. This fire represents metabolic and cellular processes, which are akin to the body's internal combustion engine that converts food and oxygen into energy. The fire of the Manipura chakra also symbolizes the transformative power of the will, the ability to change ourselves and the world around us with our intentions and actions. The Manipura chakra and its function in the energetic body. In the energetic body, the Manipura chakra serves as a central hub for the vital life force that flows through us. It is responsible for the distribution of energy to the rest of the chakras, maintaining a balance between the lower, more primal energies and the higher, more refined spiritual energies. The solar plexus chakra is often referred to as the seat of the ego. Here lies the personal power, the sense of self, and the autonomy that propels an individual to take control of their life and destiny. It is the driving force behind our confidence, motivation, and the ability to face challenges head-on. When the Manipura chakra functions harmoniously, it empowers us to act with courage and determination. It fosters a strong sense of self-worth and enables us to set boundaries and maintain them. A person with a balanced solar plexus chakra is often seen as a leader, capable of making clear decisions and following through with them. However, the energy of the Manipura is not only about the exertion of will, but also about its refinement and balance. It's about harnessing this inner fire with wisdom and self-control. The function of the solar plexus chakra is to convert aspirations into reality, to turn dreams into action. It is the chakra that is most associated with the process of individuation, finding one's unique path and place in the cosmos. This chakra's balanced state also reflects in physical vitality and emotional stability. It affects how we meet our challenges and assert our individuality. A strong yet balanced Manipura chakra enables one to move through life with a sense of purpose and power, turning obstacles into stepping stones for success. In summary, the Manipura or solar plexus chakra is where personal transformation is energized and actualized. It is the core of our personal power, where we digest life's experiences and convert them into personal growth and forward momentum. Understanding and optimizing the function of this chakra is essential for anyone seeking to tap into their inner strength and manifest their personal vision into reality. Recognizing imbalance. A balanced Manipura chakra is essential for maintaining a sense of personal power and inner stability. However, various factors, including stress, emotional upheaval, and physical illness, can disrupt this balance, leading to a state of disharmony that can manifest in various symptoms affecting our body, mind, and spirit. Symptoms of a blocked solar plexus chakra. When the solar plexus chakra is blocked or imbalanced, it can lead to noticeable disruptions in a person's life. These are some of the symptoms one might experience. Digestive problems. Since the solar plexus chakra is closely related to the digestive system, a blockage can result in issues such as ulcers, acid, reflux, indigestion, loss of appetite, or eating disorders. Fatigue. A lack of energy and vitality, feeling tired without a clear reason, or a general sense of lethargy can be indicative of a solar plexus imbalance. Excessive control or passivity. Issues with power dynamics, such as needing to control situations or people, or conversely, feeling helpless or irresponsible, can also signal an imbalance. Insecurity. Low self-esteem, self-doubt, and a lack of confidence can arise when this chakra is not functioning optimally. Aggression. On the flip side, overcompensation for feelings of insecurity can lead to aggressive behavior or an overinflated ego. These symptoms can be more than just temporary inconveniences. They can significantly affect an individual's quality of life and ability to function effectively in various aspects of life. emotional, physical, and psychological indicators. The solar plexus chakra's imbalance can permeate all layers of our being, presenting a range of indicators. Emotional indicators, irritability and mood swings, feelings of overwhelm or anxiety, anger management issues, a tendency to be overly critical of oneself or others, difficulty in making decisions, or fear of rejection. Physical indicators, chronic stress, manifesting as muscle, tension, or headaches. Adrenal fatigue, where the body's stress response is compromised. Metabolic issues such as diabetes or hypoglycemia. A sensation of tightness or discomfort in the solar plexus area. Psychological indicators. A feeling of being stuck or stagnant in life. Challenges with self-image and identity. A pervasive sense of powerlessness or lack of direction. Difficulty establishing or maintaining boundaries. An imbalance between humility and assertiveness. When these symptoms persist, they can lead to a vicious cycle where the blockage of the solar plexus chakra becomes both the cause and effect of further distress. Addressing an imbalance in the Manipura chakra requires a holistic approach. It's not only about treating the physical symptoms, but also about exploring the emotional and psychological patterns that contribute to the chakra's dysfunction. By recognizing the signs of imbalance, we can take proactive steps towards restoring harmony in the solar plexus chakra and reclaim our innate power and vitality. Nourishment for the solar plexus. A balanced diet can significantly impact the health of the chakras, including the Manipura chakra. Foods that align with the energy of the solar plexus chakra are said to help strengthen and balance this vital center. Foods to empower the Manipura chakra. Certain foods correspond to the Manipura chakra's elemental association with fire and its bright yellow hue. These foods can help stimulate and balance the solar plexus chakra. Whole grains. Brown rice, oats, and quinoa provide sustained energy and are easy to digest, which supports the chakra's association with the digestive system. Legumes. Lentils and chickpeas are high in fiber, supporting digestive health and maintaining energy levels. Yellow fruits and vegetables. Bananas, yellow peppers, corn, and yellow squash resonate with the chakra's color, promoting balance and stimulating energy. Spices. Ginger, turmeric, cumin, and cinnamon are warming spices that can help maintain a healthy digestive fire, which is central to the solar plexus chakra. Proteins. Lean proteins, like poultry, fish, and tofu, provide the necessary energy without overtaxing the digestive system. Including these foods in your diet can contribute to a sense of empowerment and vitality, resonating with the solar plexus chakra's themes of energy and transformation. Dietary choices to maintain chakra balance. To maintain the balance of the Manipura chakra, it's crucial to make dietary choices that support overall health and well-being. Fiber, rich foods. A diet high in fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help keep the digestive system running smoothly, which is crucial for maintaining the energy flow through the solar plexus chakra. Healthy fats, avocados, nuts, and seeds contain healthy fats that are essential for nutrient absorption and can support the health of the solar plexus chakra. Hydration. Drinking Plenty of water and herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint can aid digestion and support the Manipura chakra. Moderation in eating. Mindful eating practices such as not overeating and chewing food thoroughly can help the body digest more efficiently and enhance the solar plexus chakra's energy. A balanced diet that includes a variety of nutrients will support not just the solar plexus chakra, but the entire chakra system. Foods to avoid for solar plexus health. Just as some foods can support the solar plexus chakra, others can disrupt its balance. Processed and refined foods. These can lead to energy spikes and crashes, which may disturb the solar plexus chakra's balance. Excessive caffeine and alcohol. Stimulants can disrupt the natural energy flow and create imbalances within the chakra system. Sugar. High sugar intake can interfere with blood sugar levels, leading to mood swings and impacting the solar plexus chakra. Deep fried foods. These can be hard to digest, creating additional work for the digestive system and potentially blocking the solar plexus energy. By being mindful of these dietary influences, you can nurture your solar plexus chakra and maintain its healthy flow of energy, contributing to a robust sense of self and personal power. Symbolism and archetypes. The Manipura chakra, with its rich symbolism and associated archetypes, offers profound insights into the human psyche and the journey of personal empowerment. The 10 petals, vital energies of the Manipura chakra. Each of the 10 petals of the Manipura chakra is traditionally associated with a different vital energy, or vayu, and a sound, or bija mantra, which can be used in meditation to balance the chakra. These 10 petals represent the 10 pranas that govern various functions within the body. Prana, forward-moving air. Associated with the heart and respiration, it represents the body's ability to receive energy. Apana, downward-moving air, governs elimination and the reproductive system, representing the body's ability to release energy. Samana, equalizing air, resides in the navel area, balancing the digestion and distribution of nutrients. Udana, upward moving air, governs growth and speech, representing the energy of expression and ascension. Vyana, outward moving air, distributes energy throughout the body, representing the expansive nature of the solar plexus chakra. The remaining 5 pranas, less known, are also crucial in supporting the body's vital functions. Naga controls burping and the release of gases, preventing blockages of energy. Kurma governs blinking and the eye's movement, connected to perception and the intake of visual stimuli. Devadatta regulates yawning, providing relaxation and the body's need to rest and rejuvenate. Prakara induces sneezing and hunger, stimulating the body's protective responses and the need to nourish itself. Dhananjaya resides in the heart and influences the retention of energy associated with the body's enduring vitality. These pranas emphasize the solar plexus chakra's role in maintaining life force and vitality, regulating both the intake and release of energy. Archetypes associated with the solar plexus. The solar plexus chakra is associated with powerful archetypes that embody its energy and influence. The warrior represents courage, determination, and the ability to take action. The warrior within us is the part that stands up for what is right and forges ahead, despite fear. The leader embodies confidence, responsibility, and the ability to guide others. This archetype is reflected in those who take charge of situations and inspire others to follow. The magician harnesses the power of transformation, using will and knowledge to bring about change. This archetype is about understanding the natural laws and using them to create reality. Each archetype reflects an aspect of the solar plexus, chakra's energy, from the warrior's assertiveness to the magician's transformational power. Esoteric symbols and their meaning. Beyond the petals and archetypes, the Manipura chakra is associated with several esoteric symbols. The downward-pointing triangle represents the fire element and the transformative power of the chakra, signifying the process of converting matter into energy, or the physical into the spiritual. The ram, the animal symbol for the Manipura chakra, symbolizing leadership, willpower, and assertiveness, reflective of the chakra's fiery nature. The color yellow symbolizes the chakra's bright, radiant energy and its connection to the sun and fire. Yellow is the color of vitality, intellect, and the awakening of personal power. These symbols help convey the essence of the solar plexus chakra and its role in personal development and empowerment. Understanding the symbolism and archetypes associated with the solar plexus chakra can provide a deeper appreciation of its role in our lives. As we recognize these symbols within and around us, we can better tap into the chakra's energy to foster self-confidence, purpose, and the will to transform our lives. Angelic energies. In the realm of spiritual development and chakra work, angelic energies are often called upon to assist in the healing and balancing of our energetic body. These energies are thought to provide support, insight, and strength to those who seek their guidance. Ariel, the angel of will and strength. Ariel, whose name means Lion of God or Hearth of God, is an archangel, often associated with the strength and nobility of the spirit. In the context of the Manipura chakra, Ariel's presence is particularly significant. This chakra, which radiates the energy of personal power and will, resonates deeply with the qualities attributed to Ariel as the angel of will and strength. Ariel is believed to influence our capacity to assert our individuality and exert our will in pursuit of our deepest convictions. When the Manipura chakra is in balance, we are said to be in touch with our individuality and exert our will in pursuit of our deepest convictions. When the Manipura chakra is in balance, we are said to be in touch with our inner strength, much like a serene lion who is aware of its power, but at peace with its surroundings. Calling upon Ariel in meditations focused on the solar plexus chakra can be a powerful practice for those seeking to enhance their self-discipline, determination, and ability to take decisive action, incorporating the seed mantra RAM into practice. The seed mantra RAM, pronounced Rum, holds a special place in the world of energy work and meditation, particularly when it comes to balancing the Manipura chakra. This mantra is more than just a sound. It's a vibrational signature that has been used for centuries to promote inner strength and transformation. Seed mantras, known as bija mantras in Sanskrit, are essential sounds endowed with the power to activate and balance the energy centers within the body. Think of them as keys that unlock different aspects of our spiritual nature. The seed mantra, REM, is one such key, associated with the third chakra, the solar plexus or Manipura chakra. The mantra REM, pronounced Rum, originates from ancient Vedic traditions and is linked to the fire god Agni. It's believed to contain the essence of the divine fire that burns away impurities and ignites the light of the soul. When chanted, Rum resonates with the frequency of the solar plexus chakra, located in the upper belly, where personal power and self-confidence bloom. Chanting Rum creates vibrations that correspond to the solar plexus chakra's natural frequency. Just like tuning a musical instrument to a certain pitch, chanting Rum tunes this chakra, encouraging energy flow and balance. From a non-dualistic perspective, Rum helps in recognizing and fostering the oneness of individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. It aids in dissolving the illusion of separateness, tapping into the shared wellspring of energy that connects all beings. Modern science acknowledges that everything in the universe, including our bodies, is in a state of constant vibration. Sounds, particularly mantras, have a frequency that can influence the matter around them. The vibrations from chanting Rum are thought to have the power to rearrange the energy patterns within our bodies, leading to a balanced and harmonious state. Chanting Rum is more than a spiritual exercise. It's an immersive experience that unites mind, body, and spirit. Its potency lies in its simplicity and the profound effects it can have on the practitioner. As you chant, you may feel a warm surge of energy, a heightened sense of power, or a deep connection to the world around you. These experiences are what make the mantra so captivating and why it has been cherished for generations. By incorporating mantra Rum into your daily practice, you invite the potential for personal power and unity with the universal energy. It's a journey of transformation, one that offers a unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern understanding, all accessible through the power of your own voice. The Bija mantra Rum is associated with the element of fire and is said to be the sound manifestation of the Manipura chakra. Here's how to incorporate it into your practice. Chanting. Begin by sitting comfortably with a straight spine. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then begin chanting Rum clearly and distinctly, imagining the sound emanating from your solar plexus. You can chant in a cycle of 108, using Mayela beads to keep track. Mantra in motion. While engaging in physical activity, synchronize the chanting Rum with your movements. For instance, during a yoga session, chant Rum each time you move into a pose that engages the solar plexus. Silent repetition. Throughout the day, silently repeat the mantra Rum to yourself. This can be done in moments of stress or when in need of a boost of confidence and strength. By regularly practicing these exercises and meditations, you can begin to unblock and strengthen your solar plexus chakra. Over time, this may lead to a noticeable shift in how you perceive yourself and your ability to assert your will in a balanced and effective way. Living with a balanced Manipura chakra. Achieving a state of equilibrium in the Manipura chakra can lead to profound shifts in how one interacts with the world. A balanced solar plexus chakra cultivates a sense of personal power that is neither overbearing nor insufficient, but rather a source of consistent strength and positivity. The effects of a harmonious solar plexus chakra. When the solar plexus chakra is balanced, the effects can be observed in numerous aspects of life. Confidence and self-esteem. There is a natural rise in self-confidence and a strong sense of self-worth. Individuals are more likely to take on new challenges and feel more secure in their decision-making. Emotional stability. A harmonious Manipura chakra allows for better regulation of emotions. People can experience a centering effect that buffers against extreme emotional swings. Effective leadership. Balanced personal power promotes better leadership abilities. Individuals can guide and inspire others without resorting to dominance or submission. Healthy relationships. There is a tendency to foster relationships based on mutual respect and equality when one's solar plexus chakra is balanced. Physical vitality. Digestive health and metabolic functions are optimized, contributing to an overall sense of vitality and energy. Resilience. There is an increased ability to cope with life's challenges and setbacks, often bouncing back with greater wisdom and strength. Integrating lessons and practices into daily life. To maintain the balance of the solar plexus chakra and integrate the lessons learned from chakra work into everyday life, consider the following practices. Daily meditation and mindfulness. Allocate time each day for meditation, focusing on the solar plexus chakra. Mindfulness practices can also help maintain this balance throughout the day. Assertive communication. Practice speaking up for yourself in a clear and respectful manner, whether at work or in personal relationships. Setting and respecting boundaries. Be clear about your limits and respect the boundaries set by others. This helps to maintain a healthy sense of personal power. Physical activity. Regular exercise, especially activities that engage the core, can keep the energy of the solar plexus chakra flowing. Balanced diet. Continue to incorporate foods that support the solar plexus chakra and limit those that can cause imbalance. Reflection. Regular self-reflection can help in recognizing patterns that may disrupt chakra balance and in making adjustments to correct them. Continuous learning. Stay open to learning more about the chakras and other systems of personal growth. This will support the ongoing alignment of the solar plexus chakra. By consciously applying these principles, the benefits of a balanced solar plexus chakra can manifest more fully in one's life. Over time, these practices can become second nature, deeply integrated into the fabric of daily existence. Living with a balanced Manipura chakra enriches life with a sense of dynamism and equilibrium. As individuals harness the strength and wisdom of a harmonious solar plexus chakra, they can experience growth and well-being that radiates from within, impacting every facet of their lives. The magician's keystone. The journey through the chakras, and particularly through the lens of the Manipura chakra, is akin to walking an ancient path that leads not only to personal empowerment, but also to the deeper mysteries of existence. In the realm of the esoteric and the occult, the balanced solar plexus chakra is a gateway to profound transformation and the actualization of one's will, a concept that is central to the path of the magician in tarot archetypes. When the Manipura chakra is balanced, it is said to resonate with the universal energies that govern creation and manifestation. The magician archetype, represented in the tarot as a conduit for manifesting will into reality, reflects the empowered state of the Manipura chakra. With this alignment, the individual becomes a channel through which intentions can be grounded and brought into the physical realm. Manifestation, the art of bringing thoughts and desires into tangible form, becomes more accessible with a balanced solar plexus chakra. The energy of the Manipura, when harmonious, exudes confidence and clarity of purpose. It provides the necessary foundation for one to focus their intentions and to act upon them with the certainty of a seasoned alchemist turning lead into gold. This alchemical metaphor extends beyond the literal transformation to signify the potential we all hold to shape our destinies. The practices and disciplines that balance the Manipura chakra also sharpen the intuition and strengthen the will, qualities that are essential for those who walk the path of the magician. The magician knows that the material world is not a boundary, but a canvas for the will, and the balanced Manipura chakra is the palette from which they draw their colors. In this state, every action becomes an act of magic, every word a spell that shapes reality. The magician, with their solar plexus chakra and harmony, understands the interconnectivity of all things and how personal power can be used responsibly and effectively to influence the world around them. As we conclude this guide, we recognize that the journey of balancing the chakras, especially the solar plexus chakra, is continuous and ever evolving. The state of equilibrium we seek is not a final destination, but a constant process of adjustment and alignment. The balance of the Manipura chakra opens the door to a life where personal will and the universal will are in sync, where the individual's desires and the greater needs of the cosmos are seen as one and the same. In the practice of esoteric arts, the balanced Manipura is the fulcrum upon which the lever of the will rests, allowing the practitioner to move not just metaphorical mountains, but to transform the landscape of their life. It is here, in the harmonized glow of the solar plexus chakra, that the magician finds their true power, a power that is wielded with wisdom and aimed with a heart that beats in unison with the heart of the world. Thus, we find that the essence of our power is not dominion over, but unity with the most sacred of truths known to those who tread the esoteric paths. And in this unity, we discover that we are not just transforming ourselves, but we are also participating in the grand tapestry of universal transformation. One intention, one action, one moment of balanced clarity at a time. Now, we embark upon the mystical invocation, a chant drawn from the ethereal essence of Angel Ariel, bearer of willpower and fortitude, intertwined with the primordial vibrations of the Rum Sanskrit Bija mantra. In our pursuit, recall, as monads, our veneration is reserved solely for the origin, the unbounded truth, eschewing all entities but the source. Find solace in a serene haven. Let your eyelids fall gently as veils. And should the majestic eagles grace your vision, heralds of Ariel themselves, meet them not with tears or adulation, but with a solemn nod of reverence.
First of all, this word mythology has been used to denote a bunch of untrue sayings or something that's not really, not really valid and stuff. And that's what the white boy does to throw us off. When Gerald Manson tells you natural genesis, the mythology means Ubuntu, which is truth and spiritual teachings of history. And but they kind of defunct that. Meanwhile, you can get a PhD in mythology in the European in his schools. But yet we're trained, and those are just saying a bunch of crazy people and all types of stuff like that. So it gives you this particular psychological disadvantage until and not unless you look into this particular science and try to find out that in actuality they literally tell you basically the history through the mythology. Now, they always tell you, and in order to understand ancient Kemet, you're gonna have to look at other systems. Why I say that is this: no ancient system comes totally intact with the fragments you need to really put the complete system together. Also, we must wait that the white boy that has thousands of our papyrus that we have never seen. We're talking about literally thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe millions of papyruses all over Europe that we haven't even seen. It has ample amount of correct history in Kemet alone, because Kemet has more records than anybody. But the good part about that is they have preserved other cultures, and in those other cultures, when you study that, since it's only one knowledge, you can put the pieces together to understand Kemet. Because what we get from Kemet is mostly the solar dynasties, and that's very late. Amen-Ra, or Ra, is a later deity. You have a whole Typhonian culture prior to Kemet. And they covered over 200 temples in Nubia just to cover up. But the good part about the Typhonian Egyptians, the Typhonian Egyptians developed, rose to their height and declined even before the first monumental phase of Kemet was even built. Your Typhonian Hamites is the missing link between this Atlantean history we here talk about, the Laborian history, and the prior history. Some people say that's a move. No, you can go and read the Hermetic material of Tahuti, where he said we come from the antediluvian land, which also means after the flood. But what is this flood? This flood is not necessarily talking about water, because everybody has a flood story. This flood is a metaphysical flood, or a spiritual aspect that's trying to tell you something about prior history of the earth. The Kemites are the ancient indigenous Africans, or whatever you want to call them, Camamorians. That's one of the names, Camamorian, Black Amorian. That's an ancient Egyptian or an ancient name for the original people. The Alchemorian. All these different names. They tell you that the earth went through a different phase. The earth was not always physical. The physical was the last phase and the recent phase. They were in a prior state, as if you get Rudolph Steiner's Universe, Earth, and Man. Let's say, because I want to get some type of literature that I can somewhat understand this type of stuff. Get Rudolph Steiner's Universe, Earth, and Man, or Rudolph Steiner's Cosmic Memory. Those two books, I think both of them still in print. He gives a good synopsis on this thing. Whereas at one time in the spiritual realm, the physical realm was invisible, or a fog. And the spiritual realm, where we came from and dwelled in, was visible. As the vibratory rate fell, as you can get in the Hermetic material, especially in the Kabbalion, the three initiates, not the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion, not the three initiates, which is coming from Hermetic material, mainly the divine commander. It goes to the fact that everything is on a certain vibration. And vibrations, when they slow down, molecules become condensed. So we want another vibrational frequency. And as the vibration fell, we became more and more condensed into the physical bodies and the physical realm. So Egypt just didn't, believe it or not, Kemet or Africa or these places didn't just occur where they just, with some hunting gathering and all that bullshit, and hunting and gathering and stuff like that. No. Hell, we black people are sophisticated as hell. We can't do nothing now, period. Let alone some have 8 man and stuff, but I don't buy that. That's Darwin. And I beg to differ any African scholar say we come from apes, because I have the same scholarship and I don't see it. And a lot of the stuff that they think is apes and stuff is metaphysical things. It has nothing to do with us coming from no damn apes. We never came from no apes. The Kemites never say, so why can't we believe what black people say? And we got to believe what some damn crackers say, who was commissioned to talk about this particular ape thing to throw off the history of the black man. I told you that in the Nephilim book. First couple pages of the Nephilim book. That book. So that was a conspiracy. You see what I'm saying? And in order for you to be accepted in collegiate circles, outside of the theological side of things, you got to deal with this whole Darwin theory. You see what I'm saying? And I think that was the tragedy of some of the Afrocentric scholars with that bullshit. We didn't come from none of them fucking hominid stages. Some people say, well, we have those bones. Yeah, we got those bones. That's just different species of ape, but that don't have shit to do with us. Now, as far as some of the information coming from London, England, to about a month or 2 months before Christmas, where the white boys began with this, that we come from a form of miscegenation. And this miscegenation can be linked to all white races. It's the ultimate key to white races. And he goes on to say that the entire white race came from a white ape. And he goes on to say that these Africans corrupted themselves in Africa by mating with apes. And as a result, they created this white man. This is how white people are putting this shit. About the missing link. Now, I happen to know other history. We're getting off the thing, but I just want to drop that. Basically, we're talking about a form of gene splicing. Because we were that advanced. Because I'll give you the ultimate mystery of what Egyptian spirituality was in a minute. Now, that's another thing, but let's go back into this. When we came into the physical realm, we were already advanced. And we enjoyed thousands of years of civilization based on nature. But by no means were we hunting and gathering and was not very advanced. At that particular time, we had the full detailed files of knowledge of the universe, the omniverse, and worlds to come, and prior worlds already in us. We had TV sets, but not necessarily TV sets that you would know of as tubes and all that. Everything that we had it in the detailed files in our mind. We had a complete system of everything that there was that came equipped with every African on the planet. We could communicate with each other, what you call now clairvoyance. You know what I'm saying? Telepathy. That was a mile. You see what I'm saying? We could travel to several places at one time, just by standing still. All this through the melanin context. Now, like I said in other lectures, I've often wondered why is it that Africa, the rest of Africa didn't build a large monuments like Kemet. It wasn't until I got to the esoteric science that I understood in all this that Africa had detailed files. The Kemet and the large monuments was only necessary when they understood that based on the lowering of the vibratory rate that they would become more and more condensed into the physical body and become more and more reliant on the five senses. And the other senses would become dormant because of the vibratory rate in the cycle. So it was a race between time. It was a race against time that they had to go in, build these large monuments and record the detailed files that's already in the African mind. Onto papyrus and large stone walls and statues and all types of different aspects. Even on the chairs they had, they recorded things. Hold on a minute. So it was a race against time. So Kemet's entire history was to record what was inside of the African, or if you want to put it, Atlantean, of the ancient black person's mind. And as a result, you get everything from inner education just to draw out. You get everything. You see what I'm saying? With Kemet, and we're going to go into some of that. Because what was the ultimate goal? Why also ultimately did they have to do this? You had a question? Okay. In so many words, they understood that this vibratory rate and the physical realm would only last for a couple of million years. And in actuality, we would have to go to a new plateau, or as Reverend Valentine said, a paradigm shift. And they spent their lives preparing for this. As we talked about this morning, that's why death was so important and the afterlife was so important. It wasn't necessarily some selfish thing they want to take things in the afterlife. That was symbolic of some higher mysteries. Of some higher mysteries. One of those mysteries has something to do with reincarnation. Reincarnation has to deal with the fact that if you die and don't have a certain amount of knowledge, you can be caught in the cycle of reincarnations until you learn that knowledge, or if you had a certain amount of knowledge until you gain it back, if you don't have a training to preserve yourself beyond the physical body. So the whole thing of lining the tombs up with all this writing and all this particular stuff is so the person who was dying could understand who he was and be conscious of who he was, so he could make a certain transition and don't have to go to the light to recycle himself back down here. The person who was dying could understand who he was and be conscious of who he was, so he could make a certain transition and don't have to go to the light to recycle himself back down here as an idiot. We'll go into that. We'll go into that in a few minutes. So that's one aspect of it. But let me get into some of the science of what this thing is really about. Most of the Afrocentric scholars, by understanding only the historical side, they talked about the Maya, the whole thing being one of nature, and some of that is evident. Yes, they were one of nature, and they showed those particular forms of that, but I think on the other hand, they showed the African nature and the animals also as an element to explain the different aspects of mythology that explains even a higher science. Now, the ultimate science of Kemet and spirituality that they figured out was this. Number one, if anybody ever asked you what is the royal art of ancient Egypt, there is one science, and this is the mystery to everything right here. There is one science that explains all religions and what all religions are alluded to. That later on, for thousands of years later, it got misconstrued, and those religions don't even resemble what those mystery systems, we didn't have a religion, understood. Ultimately, and we understand that the mystery systems were instrumental in giving us what you call basic education. But the Afrocentric scholars didn't understand that that was just one facet of it. This thing was multidimensional. It was multidimensional. The ultimate mystery that is behind all religions is alchemy. And no people developed the art of alchemy as the Egyptians or the Hamites. Even the word alchemy, Al, which means S-U-N, sun, S-O-N, sun, and it also means God, Hemi, which means black. Alchemy means basically the black sun. It is the study of the substance called melanin in its biological form, but in its spiritual form, it is the study of every primordial substance in the universe, on earth, and some stuff that's even outside of the universe, which is the ultimate manifestation, and the crystallizing stone that put all of this particular substances of the universe together to make a new reality. And from that alchemical process that we'll get into in a few minutes, you get magic, you get divination, you get necromancy, dealing with the dead, you get all forms of metaphysics, understanding everything, but all of that comes back down to one aspect, is alchemy. And ultimately those gods were alchemical gods. The god Tahuti is the god of wisdom and the god of knowledge, and he's the ultimate symbol of alchemy. Your staff and your caduceus was not the medical symbol, that's where it came based on Greek. Your staff and your caduceus represented number one, the ultimate spirit of man, as well as it represented the ultimate spirit of symbol of alchemy. We'll get into alchemy and what this thing is talking about in a few minutes. The Moors, in order to understand some of these things, we'll go to some disciplines first, then we'll go back to Kemet so you can understand. The Moors, which was a combination of priests that went up into Kemet, went up into Europe. They had no really interest in Islam. They just understood it. By these priests understanding the religion, they just united under one banner, Islam. But they were Hamite priests. ancient Kushite Arabian priests, which was the black element, which even Muhammad's father knew about when you go into the Arab thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. And they went up into Europe, and they introduced certain amount of these disciplines. What are these disciplines that we talk about ancient Egyptian spirituality, where you can find them now in the relationship in the esoteric field, and what white people have done is basically put a white face on all these disciplines. The Moors introduced the tarot cards. Now the tarot cards are literally picture windows of melanin and the frame of the soul. And from that, you can use divination for it. But divination is the secondary or the minor aspect, where you can read the cards and find out a person's future by divine. But you can also do that with cowrie shells at the Africans. You see what I'm saying? And with pennies and anything else. So that's one aspect. But the major arcana and the minor arcana of the tarot cards, in actuality, is trying to explain the alchemical process of the soul as well as melanin.
Purchase your tracks
From your
today.
playing cards in the Moorish science, from your tarot cards in the Moorish science, you also get your playing cards. Because we hear all the stuff that the Moors introduce. We give you some stuff that they introduce that you don't know about, based on spiritual aspects. They introduce several aspects of alchemy into Europe. And they introduced mythology to go along with that, just like the Egyptian mythology went along with alchemy. Alchemy is taking the black substance and crystallizing it into a primordial light seed. The black substance starts off in Kemet as Osiris, or Osir, god of the perfect black. And from that black, the phoenix rises up from the ashes and his soul returns as his son, Horus, Heru, purified, light coming out of blackness. You see what I'm saying? He ain't coming out again. The Moorish travel up, and they give you the whole royal mythology, King Arthur and the Round Table, which is nothing but Osiris, and all of that, which later on the British Satan said it was British history, trying to claim royalty. I'm going to speak this more thing right because it explains some of the occult realms that you understand right now that go all the way back to Kemet. So your rune system, where they throw those little runes and they got those things as a form of divination, that comes out of Kemet by way of the Moors. Your several magical texts that you see in your Goetian system, the Greater Key of Solomon, the Lesser Key of Solomon, one is dealing with astronomy and astrology, another one is dealing with the inner components of the mind and of your body. All types of magical texts. Now what happened is these texts was a major part of your Kabbalah, your Zohar, which is your Zohar, which is your Kabbalistic system. All that came from the temple of Komobo and Kemet to the later on ended up in Spain and given to the converted Jews, which is the Europeans. And then they cultivated and tried to claim it their own. You see what I'm saying? So your Zohar is first introduced into Spain, which is the Kabbalah, which is basically your Bible that you use. Also, if you want to get a sense on what they deal with, go get the movie, this movie called A Stranger Among Us with Melanie Griffith. And just notice all that about the Bible that you use and stuff here, way in the back. They studied the Kabbalah. All kinds of magical texts. I mean, it's unbelievable just about all the metaphysical things you see in these bookstores. How they like people get all this metaphysical stuff. They got it because they cultivated all this Moorish history. And basically those 16 universities that was left behind and stuff that wasn't destroyed, the Europeans, it became the property of different secret societies. So they put in place secret societies. We talked about this in the last video. But it's interesting because we understand that the Moors put these secret societies in Europe because they understood that also Africa was deteriorating, it was old and it had to go to sleep. But they raised the European up because look how kind of devil he was with education. What if he didn't have nothing? Everything would be lost forever. So you have to give somebody something so you can preserve something. So they're only the custodians of our knowledge because they can't use it ultimately. Just a minor aspect. But the reason why I say that is because I wanted to give you this particular information on what happened with the educational system. All of this magical stuff, this alchemical components, used to be a major part of spirituality in your mathematics and in your physics and your all the stuff that you get in basic education now, what you call Western education now, used to be the physical component of these spiritual disciplines. More like the byproduct of something that's greater knowledge, paradox, or higher knowledge. You just get the physical science, and basically the secret societies, when they set up their educational system, after gaining both sides and learning both sides from the Moors, what they did was they decided they were going to separate one system from the other. So they give you the byproduct, which is only on the mundane, social, economical, physical laws, you see what I'm saying, and chemical aspect, and they keep the alchemical, spiritual aspect, that's only studied in the lodges. You see what I'm saying, as an educational system, and then the rest of it is in your metaphysical bookstores, but they understand most people, this is not a literate society, it's an al-literate society, one that can read but don't read. So in so many words, going back to ancient Kemet, and what happens with most scholars is we can't bridge the difference because none of that white boy convince us that his educational system is the way to go even when we look at things black. There's other spiritual aspects that we don't even tap into. You have some other questions, I mean, as far as that you want to answer?
I want to go back, of course, to understanding how the Egyptian pantheon worked out what it meant. But since we was on, you mentioned something about the sitters and them studying the Kabbalah. Black people need to know something about what they're looking at. When they see the sitters, they're all dressed in black. You see one, you're looking at all of them. What is the psychology of what they're doing? What is the spiritual?
Well, the black, just like the black that you have in your judges, has its origin and its roots with Osirianism, God of the perfect black. God of the perfect black. From blackness, everything comes. So they understand that it is the ultimate power. And so they wear all the black and all this particular thing because ultimately they understand in order for them to fake that they are the original people, it has to be done through a serious culture of knowing just about what we dealt with. Now so they understand, and like I say, they worship, they study the Kabbalah. In this movie, you go see them, they're going to walk up on the room and Melanie Griffith going to say, we study 13 hours a day. That's what the little boy's going to be saying to her. And basically, they study the cosmology of the universe. And you best believe it's not just the Kabbalistic side, they even study the Egyptian side, and anything they can get their hands on. so that they can stay and reign supreme. As a matter of fact, there's a war going on right now in the white world with a lot of these
Going
occult
pretty,
people.
boy.
And what it is they're complaining that whenever that the Jews have two types of oaths. They have an oath. They take an oath to Israel, and that oath is when they go out in the public world, whatever they experience within any other secret societies or any other organization, they have an oath to Israel to render that knowledge and that spirit, in any type of secret that they want to the rabbis and the head of the community. So they have an oath to override any oath that they take in public society and in private society outside of the Jewish society. So they got a war now that you got them that come into these particular organizations, and because they only have an allegiance to so-called white Israel, that there is no secret too great that white Israel is supposed to get. So there's a big occult war going on around the country with these people, with these Hasidic Jews or whatever, trying to come to the market on all knowledge, because they know ultimately that we are the original ones, and they are an imitation of Israel, or basically, is it really? You know, so that has a lot to do with it. So you just believe they don't just study the Kabbalistic aspect, they are into just about everything they can get their hands on. Well, why not? They are not the original Hebrews know it. So obviously they have to get their hands on all of it to make this system whole. You see?
Now, are they using the magical and the
Yeah, they are the main ones. As a matter of fact, basically, late in my studies, I found out that in actuality, they are some of the primary figures that is behind most of your holidays and different things like that. They do certain things, like, you know, they got all these Jewish holidays. You figure people came trace their history back to Spain, what the hell they got all these Jewish holidays? That's because they're constantly trying to do certain rituals to make white civilization stay on top. As a matter of fact, let me explain this to you. The other Gentiles look for this Jew as his ultimate priest. Number one, he figured they somebody, like I said, make some type of connection with black people. That maybe they might be saved if they have an allegiance with this particular Jew. So what they do is everybody kind of tells the damn Israel, or is it really? You see, because somehow these people know that Christianity is fake. They have an $8 bill. And they got to have some type of ancient, now don't get me wrong, Christianity as a religion is fake. Christianity as a mystical system comes out of Coptic Egypt. And it is just as metaphysics as ancient hieroglyphic Kemet. Let's make a distinction. Moralistic, organized Christianity is fake. Ancient Christianity and ancient Christian mysticism predates Christianity, and one has nothing to do with the other, but one is the real one and the other is a plagiarized version. Let's get that right. So we're talking about the plagiarized version where you historicalize the ancient Christ, or the soul is in all of us, to put it and relegate it to one man, straight-head man walking around Jerusalem who never existed. Now let's understand, you see, the difference between one that's based off the Egyptian god Horus and one that's based off this fictitious cult figure to line up like. So he's the biggest pimp, like Jim Jones and the rest of JC. But he's the greater pimp because he never existed. He was a mystical character, and even Paul in his writings never mentioned on the historical Christ. All his writings was about a mystical Christ. There's a whole chapter on that in the book, Who is this King of Glory? Alvin Boyd Q, which is one of the highly recommended books with, from Dr. John Henry Clark. And this is the one that go and hatch man, because this particular book will eat any Christian's ass out on that subject of Christianity. With this book, there is no hiding. Massey's book basically said the same thing, but Massey was trying to show a connection with ancient Kemet. He was more interested in the Canaanite mythology, which is good. But Q really bust this thing up. You see what I'm saying? With this thing. Now going back to them, the reason why everybody bows down to Israel is because this is the high priesthood for all Gentile whites. So if New York don't have a damn door left on it, they don't have them Bible Jews over there also too. You see what I'm saying? And they do all kinds of rituals and ceremonies. And the reason why they have all those holidays because they are constantly trying to do things spiritually to keep this imperialism afloat. Just so they like the government had the army to do the fight. They got them to do certain spiritual things, or certain ritualistic things, as well as they got other secret societies and large doing their part also. But they are one of the main ones. You see what I'm saying? One of the main ones. You see, also too.
Now, let me actually go back now and look at the pantheon, Egyptian gods, spiritual figures, and I want to try to understand what those figures meant to represent, how they were interpreted.
Okay. Well, the take on it here is, if we came from a history that was pre-physical, then all that we ultimately are is different particles and elements of the universe. And in alchemy, it deals with the different stones, minerals, alloys, everything that make up everything on the earth. It's also in the human body. The human body has everything that makes up everything on the earth, every herb, every particle, everything that you know of, and life itself exists on the inside of us. As particles, or stones, or gems, or whatever you want to call it, gases, or whatever, fluids. But not only those things on the earth, but everything in the universe exists in us, as well as some things beyond the known universe. So, ultimately, these netters were primordial symbols
Going pretty, boy.
and primordial manifestation of spiritual phenomenon that make up these particles. It's inside of us. And as a result, it's a vast system of sciences, an advanced system of putting together cosmic energies. You see what I'm saying? And ultimately, these energies play a part in our human body, because that's all we are. So it's a multifaceted system. On the mundane or terrestrial plane, it lines up with nature. You see, On the extraterrestrial plane, it lines up with everything in the universe. And on the omniverse plane, or the metaphysical verse plane, that which is beyond the universe, the damn alpha, or the God particle, it lines up even beyond the known universe. And the black substance that we're talking about is that same black substance that is the building block that makes up everything that there is, even on the physical. And Osiris represents that God of the perfect black. But before him, it was represented by the god Sut or Set. You see, Set or Sut is the oldest deity known to mankind. He also becomes the enemy of Osiris, but there's some aspects of that on the metaphysical level that they go hand in hand. In order for Osiris to make the true manifestation of what he is to be, he had to be killed. Because when you kill something, you break down the particles in the elements so you can turn it into something new. Things after they complete the cycle have to be destroyed so that they can create something new. That's why all Christ mythology around the world also deals with death. But it is in that process of death that you rise up from the ashes and become reality. So Set Typhon, in one aspect, is the ultimate principle of transformation by killing Osea, so his body can make another new reality, which ultimately will be the savior of us all. So these particular entities was a multiple system. Number one, when they talk about the seven liberal arts, they talk about all this stuff based on the learning and all that stuff that you got from the Afrocentric community, they are right. When they talk about this stuff lining up with nature on this particular realm, they are also right. But ultimately, this stuff goes back down to the alchemical component, which is the building block of everything in the universe and outside of the universe also too. And Horus principle represents the seed that will rise up, because Horus and Maya is one and the same. Maya is the life principle also. But Maya is more so on one, so you gotta understand, when the Afrocentric people talk about government and balance, Maya, that is the realm of the mundane or the physical realm, that they govern a certain thing based on checks and balances and laws, based on the scale. But Maya takes on a greater in the spiritual realm. Maya in the spiritual realm is the alchemical component that we call in alchemy the great works. And the great works, see the great works here. Just got to find a synopsis of it, you know, in some literature, some alchemical literature. So do I have anything on the actual great works? I don't think I do here, but anyway, the great works is the coming together of angel, God, man, baby, animal, and everything in the known universe becomes the one particle. And that particle represents the new reality of long past cycles that have gone that have completed their run. As a result, it's condensed into a particle of light, which is your Christ energy. That's basically what our bodies have been going through since we've been in the physical realm. Cooking and creating a new reality that we will ultimately grow up. So even in the Bible, they say every man will be known by his works. His works is not talking about when you get in the physical realm. It's impossible, man. I mean, you can't get down here. Especially when you stuff out any knowledge, how would you know? But it was talking about how your spiritual nature of the work. And if you don't have the great works, which is the melanin, ultimately, which alchemy is based on, you don't have any inner workings. You don't have any inner workings. So my on another thing is the coming together of the great works. The great works is the coming together of all energies and crystallizing into the greatest work of all, a new reality they call the New Jerusalem. Well, Maya is the same principle in ancient Kemet. The English version would be the great work, or we would also call illumination, or what you would call in Christianity, crystal. So Maya is the Christ principle. That's like this word in Kemet, Ha, which is the child, Ma, which is the mother feminine principle, Ma. You get the double Mama. So Maya, before Maya was Maya, it was Ma. And you get the double Mama. So Har, Heru, child, light seed, Ma, the primitive energy, cool, pyramid. Combined, you get the male and the female harness. That's the same as the yin and yang symbol, where the blackness is the yin, and the yang is the light. Har, Ma. So in the word Har, Ma, Ku, or Heru, Ma, or Ma, Ku, is both Horus and Maya combined. And you get both of those particular principles combined. But the word Ma is feminine. The word At is her son, which is the Horus. Just Ethiopian is Cushite name for Horus is At. And from At you get Aton. And from Aton you get Adam. Mother, Maya, Adam, Mother Adam. Now in the cosmological principle, you get the great mother who represents the triple blackness of space in the northern hemisphere of the universe called Alpha Draconis. Draco, the great dragon. And some of the original names for the Egyptians were called the Draconians. That great dragon is also called Typhon. So it becomes Typhonian, Draconian, and another name called Ophidian. So you get the word Draconian. You have to say those ideas are very Draconian, which means they are the ultimate ancient. But it means the dragon. The word dragon comes from the word Draco. And from the word Draco you get Dracon. And from the word Dracon you get dragon. And the word Typhon comes from Dracon. But ultimately this is the great mother. In her south gate, in her southern hemisphere, she has her child Horus, which is the star Sirius, which is her clitoris, her south gate. So the south gate on a woman is the vagina, that's the birthplace. So she has her star Sirius, which is Horus, but it's also known as Osiris, which is also Orion, but also Isis, or Set. You see? Also Set. So this ultimate thing of mother and son, Sirius is the first primordial star of all times, which also represents all gods of Kemet is also patterned after Sirius. You get that in the book, the Ancient Egypt and Sirius connection by Murray and Pope. There's a whole chapter on the Syrian gods. And then ultimately, we are Syrian. What they call Sophis in Kemet, Septet in Kemet, there's different names of it. Your name September comes from Sept, which is Sirius. The dog star, dog day comes from the dog star, rising of the dog star. And we're connected with that star because when that star would rise, the night would rise. We're connected with that star. Ample information done. Great Sirius book, Robert Temple, The Sirius Mystery. Very old. Ancient Egypt, the Sirius Connection. There's another book called M. Temple Rituals. And in that book, you also have Sirius. The Arab word for Sirius is hair, Harry. You know, but on the other hand, the Indian word is Harry Krishna. That Harry is also Sirius. The Greeks would say that heaven is hot. Talking about the rising of the dog star, Sirius. You see? Yeah.
Can you give me a relationship to pyramids and its location in terms of cosmic pictures?
Well, you literally, there's 3 stars on Orion's belt, Sirius being the chief star. So they built 3 pyramids in the center of the earth to represent those stars up there. As you know, they say many stars you see up there, the lights that you burn out from one thing for billions of years, you're just not getting the light from it here. The Hermetic material tells you that what used to be in heaven was now transferred on earth. And Kemet is literally heaven on earth. So Sirius, the 3 pyramids, is indication markers on where Sirius ended up on the earth. You got 3 pyramids in the Giza Plateau, which was also called the Babylonian Plateau, which is one of the earliest names, or the Restau Plateau, or the Rasta, where you get the word Rasta from. The word Rasta comes from the word Restau, which means rest in place of the lion. You get the word Rasta, which is in the Order of the Dead. It was also in Graham Hancock's and Robert Ball's book, The Mysteries of the Sphinx, The Secrets of the Sphinx, Message of the Sphinx, as well as the Orion Mystery, by Robert Ball. But also the word Babylon was an ancient name for the Typhonian Egyptians also, and as they traveled with them, Babylon is also another ancient name for Typhon and the Great Mother. And these were Typhonian Camites. As they traveled up to Mesopotamia, they named a country of Babylon after the Great Mother. But these were pre-dynastic Egyptians who traveled up into Kemet. Now, Sirius, there's 3 stars on Orion's belt, 3 pyramids on earth, there's 3 wise men. The 3 crosses on Calvary, before they represented the damn 3 crosses on Calvary in Christian mythology, they represented the 3 pyramids in Giza. The 3 stars, all of this is mythology, explaining cosmology and physiological information, or inner information passed down to different cultures. So there's 3 spheres on the top of the Kabbalah. There's Jubilee, 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 all these things you get. You breathe, blind mice. This is all types of folklore, which is also, but ultimately, these things also represent the 3 major glands in the head. Pineal gland being the chief gland, which represents Sirius. The pituitary body would be the other 2. You see. So these are metaphysical, cosmological, and physiological terms, and mythological terms also too. Give you an example. There's one in the Gnostic material, and I have to explain what that is. The Gnostic material is basically what Christianity, the iconology of what Christianity is. The iconology, when you get the word, the Christ, Mary, all that stuff, comes from the ancient later-day Egyptians who spoke Coptic. Coptic is a later-day Egyptian, a Camite. They took, the Coptics developed after Meta started dying out, and basically they took Meta and they transferred it from Meta into Coptic language. And so that Coptic language, that they transferred from Meta was carried by Greece, back to Greece, and all this particular Christian iconology, which is the Horus and the whole Kemetic stories, transferred into Coptic, which is later-day Egyptian, comes to Greece. Later on, when Rome needs to fashion a new religion, they conquer both Egypt and Greece, and they take the story, and they make it a historical story, and then they kill off the ancient Gnostics, which is particular Gnosticism of this particular religion, what it was before it's Christianity, Gnosis, knowing. You must change that.
Time keep going pretty, boy.
And so, this ancient Gnosis, knowing, was later on is the blueprints of what the Romans took that same stuff and turned it into historical, and that's where you get the birth of Christianity. But it was before that. You get your Gospel of Thomas and all these particular texts, and those texts was dug up in 1945 again, called the Mad Family Library. There's a book called the Mad Family Library, with the blueprints of what they turned into Christianity. So how can you have ancient Christianity if this is some new shit that Jesus supposed to come teach people from the get-go? How did something come before him? Well, there's a Christianity before Christ that even the boy told you about. What's his name? Walter Williams, that's historical Christianity, but the great scholar on the book African Introduction to African Civilization and Man-God Civilization, John G. Jackson. John G. Jackson also too. So all of this plays a part in the science also too. You want to say something? Yeah.
I would like you mentioned earlier when we talked about weak glands. I read a lot of material. I read some of it.
Yeah.
Also the text by and as far as I understand, it was 2 glands. Are you saying that the pituitary is a double gland, or
what they call it, the pituitary body? So obviously it's got to be another gland somewhere. You see what I'm saying? If they say pituitary body, you see what I'm saying? It's probably worth looking into, and I'll probably come up with the answer in a matter of days if I just go ahead and focus on it. You see what I'm saying also too? You see? Yeah.
Okay, well, one thing I want to ask you is that earlier in the lecture today, that you did the Egyptian Day of Death, you said that the seed underneath the intestine,
yeah.
That was who we really were.
Yeah.
Is that what I mean when you say that's who we really are?
If we were something other than physical, and we were something other than physical, you got to understand that there's no such thing as time and space. there's no such thing as size. So something can be infinitely small, and in most cases, that is the most powerful in the universe. So when we talk about the atom, the atom, which you know the atom is one of the original stories of life. It's the same story, it's rehashed again. The atom, the atom, the seed of Israel, the stone, all this stuff is talking about primordial point, our dot, that who we really are. But since there's no such thing as time and space and size, it's infinitely large when you look at it as the concept of the Great Mother Newt, and infinitely small when you look at it as the concept of a harvest of a seed. As us being physical entities, if we were not physical at first, then we're talking about a projection of ourselves and an illusion brought about to fool us into thinking that these physical bodies is us. And in order to do that, it has to register as big, just like a movie registers on a big screen in the theater. You see what I'm saying? But also it's in the movie Men in Black, when they try to find out some stuff, they gotta go to this little dog. That's represents the dog star. And he said, they're trying to get this little, they said the galaxy is on Orion's belt. And Orion was a little cat. Because Setman also represents the god Sirius too, as well as one of the oldest, and Gerald Massey is figuring this out, one of the oldest representations of the Sphinx is the goddess Setman. The resting place of the lion. But then again, on the other hand, the Sphinx is also called Harmarket. And Harmarket means Taurus on the horizon. But Harmarket and Harmarket, you got Ma up in there, in Harmarket. So that's Mayat too. So this Horus Mayat is also a form of Setman too, which is one of the oldest forms of the Great Mother, as Massey explains in his book Ancient Latin World, as well as more Robert Masters, the goddess Setman. But going back to this little look at how all those things of the whole universe in that little ball. But then go to, and so it was straight to the dog movie, like he said, you always think everything has to be big to be legitimate, or to be worth anything. You see, it is the atom that explodes the earth. You see what I'm saying? Something invisible like gas can burn down this house and kill everybody in it. So the concept of this seed being in us and all what we are, white people calls it now nanotechnology. And basically that is the hardest seed that is inside of us, and that's all who we are.
So is that seed like the chakras, some type of spiritual seed, or is it a real plant?
No, this is an invisible particle of light. It is the particle of light that is now the primordial unknown God that existed before this universe came into existence. It is the Alpha and the Omega. It's the Christ seed. So we're talking about a finite spiritual seed. And the chakra system is nothing but manifestation of the energy that make up the body. But ultimately that concentrated energy is this particular seed. But this seed is the ultimate reality in the universe. And it's inside of every last one of the original people. Now we must understand this right now. Everybody walking around on the earth, including black people, are not necessarily the original people now. But you still saying because we got tons and tons of offspring. So you have now got this basically people that have a spirit, but not necessarily a soul. There's a difference. A spirit is what animates you, and even animates white people, and even animates the roach and the rat. That's just the energy that moves on the earth plane. Electricity. You see what I'm saying? But a soul is something different. Not everybody has a soul. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody has a soul. Because you got those that wasn't created outside of the earth. Which means that they are terrestrial beings. Their origin begins here on this planet. And in the physical. Then you have those that come from time immemorial and comes from the primordial origins of the universe. And that's who the original chosen seed is. They ain't chosen because they have always been here. So we need not argue on who has a soul or not. Just understand that obviously, even if it's debatable whether a lot of black people have it, we don't even argue on that. What we do say is, we are the original people, so we don't have to worry about who the ones we're talking about who have a soul. That's what the soul is. First of all, the soul is a sun. You get the word solar, you get the word sol, which also means sun. The word salt comes from the word sol, which also comes from the word soul. But that little salt seed is the ultimate form of alchemy. And they talk about it in the salt of the earth. Constantly got salt on the Bible, so that's the form of Christ. The soul is a sun, but it's not just any sun. It is the most ancient form of the all that there is. It is from the nothing that crystallized into this little seed. From the nothing, you get the absolute. So it comes from the nothing, which is beyond the known universe in the triple blackness of space. So when you get a seed, so it's not just like a sun. When you get that kind of sun, you're talking about the ultimate reality of the universe. It is beyond anything we know, and we have this in us. So ultimately, the soul represents the sun or a star inside of us. But we're not just talking about any kind of doggone star. We're talking about the ultimate star, because this star comes from the most outer ethers of everything known called the nothingness. Now what is a star? In the core of every star burns this black substance. Carbon. But the one inside of the original humans has been dormant so many years, for 13 million years in the physical, and billion years probably on the terrestrial plane, or even different aspects of the plane even before it came to a physical level. And so this thing has been shut down so much, you know how you can bottle cider and it turns into alcohol or whatever, and ferments. Well, this one has been fermenting for billions of years, and that's the soul that we have inside of us. So it is even powerful than anything in the dog universe, and ultimately anything that is not human got to bow down. Or in this case, bow down to the black man, black woman.
Bobby, let me take you back to our original question on the way back. We were talking about Sirius, and I asked you a question relative to the period.
Yeah.
And Sirius. I've been told that there is a shaft in the pyramids, which the light of Sirius will shine down through, because as we, the great year, about 26,000 years, 2,600 years, that the pyramids are so accurate that that light at that particular circle shines directly down that shaft and lights up that shaft. And I want you to talk about that.
Well, also it happens in the pyramids. It also happens at the Temple of Dendera, where that whole Temple of Dendera was built so it can light up on so-called New Year's Day of the hero rising of Sirius, or what they call the heroical rising of the hero rising of Sirius in dog days. It's the day when it occurs. I think now it's like July 14th. Some say July 23rd, some say June. But check your local listings on when it rises. Any basically astronomical book can basically tell you. But that pyramid is built around, and that's interesting because they put a shaft in the pyramid in 1996. They found another shaft and they stuck this thing in it. Yeah, but they secretively opened the door and they looked up in there and they didn't let the world know about it. It was just a group of people that's controlling that Hawass over there. See, the Arabs are pimps. They go to the highest bidder, whoever got the most amount of money. And they take some things and relegate it to these Masonic organizations. You best believe this Hawass is over that pyramid aspect and stuff. And tell me he's a part of some type of Masonic thing and he's on the charm for the white man. But anyway, they said one day they were going to go in the pyramids in 1996 and they went in another day earlier. And when they went in that pyramid, the shooting sent the tapes, they found a black man sitting up in there pointing towards Sirius. And when they say the black man is a form of the king, it also represents a form of Horus, it also represents a form of our own spirit. Now it's interesting because Elijah Muhammad, right before the so-called Master Farad Muhammad had come and tell him this information, he took him outside and said, this will be your witness. And pointed to the star Sirius. And whenever you see the crescent and the star in Islam, especially the crescent and the star on Elijah Muhammad's hat, that's the star Sirius. As a matter of fact, it's in the Quran. One of the chapters in the Quran is called the star, the surah of the star. But what is the star? Because we got surah of the cow and surah of the moon. The cow represents Sirius, Hathor. But what is the surah of the star? It said this is the star that will create male and female from one single ejaculated semen. And will create all things anew. He is the Lord of Sirius. That's who Allah is in the Quran. That's your ring. So who is the Lord of Sirius if you in ancient Kemet? It would be Osiris, which is Greek for Sirius. You see? Or it would be Isis, Aset, which is also called the seat of Sirius, the stone seat, the seat of Sirius. That's where Horus is connected with this thing, also too. It's connected with this. Our sun goes around our Earth goes around the sun every 365 days. Our sun goes around a greater sun every 26,000 years, and that greater sun is Sirius. Our sun is only a relationship to a greater sun as a son to a father. Our sun only reflects the light of a greater sun, Sirius. That's why you can't find that sun when you go outside of the atmosphere. It's pitch black up there. The only thing you can see is bigger stars like Aldebaran, I think Regal, and Sirius, which is the brightest star in the hemisphere. You see? Now this is interesting. Now let's break this thing up down. The Dogon tribe in Africa says, because their mystery was to locate Sirius B, and they say there's also a Sirius C. Now look at this. The Dogon said, in the beginning, there was Sirius B. Before there was anything, there was Sirius B. The Greeks, which is the Etruscan, you need to get this right too. The Greeks are the mythology that you talk about was not created by white people. All you have to do is study shit and use your damn common sense. A caveman could not create a thing as fancy as Greek mythology. You get it that if you met. The Greeks are the Etruscans, which is the original ones. Say that in the beginning, there is Gaia and Tartarus. Guess what Gaia is? The earth is Gaia. Guess what? Before there was a universe, there was an earth. That's the shit. Before there was a universe, there was an earth. Gaia is also known as the Great Mother, Mother Earth. You ever heard of Mother Earth? Well, the Great Mother was in the beginning. But she fell and was transferred to another part, into this universe, and another part of the universe. And this is the result of Earth, based on the fall of the Great Mother. So when the Egyptians take Sirius and put it down on Earth, because we're sitting in Sirius right now. The physical Earth was not here in the beginning. But the spiritual Earth was here in the beginning. When it fell, as a result of but it had to fall from somewhere. And that what fell was here in the beginning. Our world and our Earth is built off of several other primal worlds that preceded it. Before the universe that you know of now came into existence, there was other primal worlds or primal universes that was just as old as this universe is now. That collapsed. And as a result of collapse, it becomes dormant and ends up in physical Earth, which is Sirius B. Sirius A is the reflection and the shine of the light that used to be Sirius B before it collapsed. So Sirius B is Sirius A. The light from Sirius A, you know of Sirius, is nothing but the light that shines in the heavens that once was Sirius B. which is all the same thing. But Sirius A is the light, Sirius B is now the earth, which is Sirius. That's why these periods is transferred down to the earth. This is some badass shit you're talking about. It's awful. But ultimately, Sirius B, since the earth is physical, and the physical realm is an illusionary realm, it doesn't exist. It's just the brain is registered in the physical realm. Then where is Sirius B? Sirius B is that particle of light that's inside of you. And it's only one particle of light. It's just that your brains and all of our brains make you think that's more than one particle of light. But we are all together as the covenant, one. So that particle of light that you call the Christ is Sirius B, and it's inside of us. This is some amazing shit.
How then, I want to connect more of the Egyptian pantheon gods, particular Ra,
Right, it's a good question.
You know, and see them now being reflected.
Okay, let me give you this particular part too. Ra, which is the sun, is the inferior form of Sirius B, of Sirius. As the great mother and the whole complex of the primordial realm went dormant and went to sleep, as a result of it going to sleep, it casts off a dream and a reflection. And that reflection ends up being the sun. Ra only just represents a subordinate level of a higher level that is now in exile. Even if you get the Egyptian text, you can get Ewali's Budge, Gods of the Egyptians. It's in there. It's also in The Legend of the Gods by Ewali's Budge. It's also in some Fetish the God, Ewali's Budge. It's in the hymn on Ra and creation. Ra comes into creation by overthrowing the great dragon Apep. That great dragon Apep is Draconis, the great mother. Got different names. And it represents those primal worlds that existed before this known universe. So this sun is a light as a result of a fall. And it's only temporary. You see? Go ahead.
What did it represent in terms of?
It represented the light. It represented the light and the energy that is the dominant energy of the Earth's physical plane. And in this cycle of existence of the Earth, physical plane. But it was not the ultimate reality in the universe. It is just the guide that we used in this physical aspect, and it was the God of our world in the physical realm.
Now, in terms of looking, since most people are in a religious understanding,
right.
I want you to hear this question, and we look at things from a religious standpoint, how would you then juxtapose the Egyptian pantheon, was talking about Ra and so forth, how would then one understand how the Egyptians related to these pantheons in a similar form to what we would now be doing in religious?
Good question. Okay, let me give you two sides of that. You had two chemists. You had the priest, and you had the everyday citizen. The everyday citizen would virtually, basically, relate to the same entities of the deities as we do now in the form of the religion. It wouldn't be so much dogmatic into it. They wouldn't have all this sense of you going to hell and everything is based on you being this wretch and stuff. But they use the netters as a central inspiration and a God to focus around, or entity to focus around as everyday worship in life. You see what I'm saying? For a spiritual purpose. The priest understood it on another high level. But the initiate in Rudolf Steiner's book called Cosmic Hierarchy, he has an excellent part in there. He talks about how the initiates would go into the mystery system, and for 30 years of their life, everything was centered around the gods, and they would believe that the gods were these entities that ruled over their life. And then at age 30, they would come and say, you know, those gods, they were once human like we were. And what this would do, the initiate would have to get over that fact. I've been worshiping these gods for 30 years. And now I find out that not only are people like I am, but I too have the potential of those gods. As a matter of fact, that's what my training is, to become gods. If you want to use another word, become one with the ultimate principle in the universe. So why would they wait till he's 30? First of all, you must understand that they tell him to worship this thing in a certain severe way. And then tell him that not only is it an ancestor, but it's also a form of him, and we are all connected in one. What this would actually do, the first thing it would do is it would be a shock and amazement. And he would have to deal with that. The other thing he should understand is the same energy that he thought it was so important that these other entities ruled over his life, also would tell him that in some way, what I'm just as important. And in so many words, he will understand the man's responsibility and just how important he is. So on one aspect, priest life was different than the masses life. Now, there's a central theme in all ancient mythology, ancient systems, is you take a small group of people, and they will rule the many. But in our civilization, because it was run by the priesthood, most of the time, and even that breaks down at times, you rule to give these people a sense of nourishment in life. So I was ruled on certain divine order. Later on, the Moors taught the Europeans the same principle. then now they rule to exploit people for their own capital gain and their own power. You see what I'm saying? To continue. The universal principle is the priest. Life is different than the everyday citizen. Although you must understand that even these everyday citizens of Kemet still get on another spiritual level, mentally, than we do now. As a matter of fact, we can somewhat say that Egypt wasn't, although it was physical, it was another type of physical. It was not even in the same dimension that we are now.
I want to ask you that continuation of the teachings, because as you say, they taught that you too are God. So, right. And then there were principles laid down. You know, there's a 42.
Yeah, good thing you said that. I wanted to explain something.
I want to begin with what is that? Why is this principle? And then we're going to get into the continuation of these things and how it's being reflected.
One thing you got to understand is too, we got a problem looking into we have a problem looking into the past with all the mind. So when all the stars saying, you know, your 10 commandments come from your 47 laws of Maya, negative confessions, they were thinking that they were reciting those things based on the same dogma, same behavior and moralism. They would catch to that on the spiritual aspect. The reason why they would recite these things and say, I have not done this, and I have not done that, and I have not done this, and I have not done that. It's impossible for a human body to not do half of the things. It's almost impossible. It was not talking about the physical body. When it was saying, I have not done this, and I have not done that, and I have not done this, and we would recite this, it was not talking about what we didn't do physically. Because it's impossible for you not to do something physically. In 47 ways not to do, that's almost impossible for you to adhere to that. The mystery was, and get this, they was not talking about what they didn't do based on behavior. They was talking about what their soul didn't do. Because the soul is inside of the body, it is pure and lying in a dormant state. The harvest principle was saying that I have not done this and I have not done that. It's talking about the negative confessions. Negative means inner, other than outer. It didn't say confessions. It said negative confessions. You understand what negative confessions mean? It means outer, inner. So it was saying it was the soul confessing about what it didn't do, because the soul is on the inside of the body. And it is not responsible for what the physical body does. It is lying dormant on the inside. And that's one of the mysteries of that. You see, that's one of the mysteries of what that Maya is. It is the laws of Maya, because Maya is the soul on the inside not doing those things.
Don't keep going pretty, boy.
You see.
Then I wish you could express that further. If we look at the that papyrus on the way of the soul, and just kind of further elaborate these teachings and how these teachings are reflected the way the people actually values and morality and principles of life were practiced, and why work to what ultimate meaning, how did that balance point within nature of life that transformed it into this alchemic possibility?
I think that the ultimate nature of those teachings that we get in ancient Kemet had more to do with them preparing to teach a people after they totally fall than it was those people of that day. You see, than it was those people of that day. Because on one aspect we get the mythology and the eschatology, which means later day events, but we get the historical aspect of it, although they have a great history. Even the history of Kemet with Manetha was not necessarily a primary focus of the Egyptians. They weren't writing history, they was living it. But on the other hand, those monuments a lot of the time had a lot to do with a call.
Don't keep going pretty, boy.
Or something that you're going to leave as an insurance plan for yourself to get later on. You see, I know that the Afrocentric movement is based on the premise that we got to try to get back to that, but we're not going to get back to that of Egypt. If we were supposed to get back to that of Kemet on the physical realm, we wouldn't have let she fall in the first place, where we had a 4,000-year warning. A butterfly does not go into, a caterpillar does not go into a cocoon to come out a caterpillar. It metamorphosizes into something on another plateau. So I know the consensus of the Afrocentric movement is we got to reestablish those laws of Ma'at, and we don't understand it. We are reestablishing those laws of Ma'at, not from the outside, but from the inside of what we're becoming. And whether we know this or not, the deterioration and the pain and suffering of our people is a part of the process. Now, I'm not talking about from the Christian standpoint, I'll suffer outside and get into heaven. But we're talking about energy has to go to the lowest state so the molecules can ferment and putrefy to get to a higher state. So it was inevitable that this happens. And a lot of those teachings that they left behind were more significant for us now than it were for the people then, I believe. Because the priests were the ones that controlled the majority of the spiritual thought outside of the everyday citizen, but they didn't need the type of moralism that we need, because if a person's nature is good behavior, we can't think of that concept now. Because number one, we live in a land with a grown-up juvenile delinquent and a vile cold beast that gives us our soul. So we can't even fathom nature being good. That's why I'm like, honestly, the black man and black woman's nature is righteous in that aspect of those people. So they didn't have to spend time in the type of moralism that we think on behavior. Certain things were just commonplace and just the way things work. You see what I'm saying? So what we are mistaken for all that moralism is the lining up of energies. Okay, that's what I want you to say. Yes, sir. Keep going. It's the lining up of energies to flow as a certain order of things, other than us behaving. A dog don't need no book on how to learn how to behave. You don't need no instruction manuals, and large temples don't learn how to behave. The whole concept of moralism is a later day concept, put in by Rome and later day religion for control. We didn't spend most of our lives behaving as we have done something wrong, because the concept of us being something to be ashamed of is not even an African concept. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have to apologize and spend all the time in moralism. What we're misconstruing is we're taking a Christian model and trying to line it up with what we see in the ancient world, and it don't go that way. These principles were applied to scientific measurements on how you even function on the physical realm of lining up energies. And you can line up energies magically to do your bidding in all types of forms of everyday life, including lining up energies on the way you thought to get through certain situations. So we're talking about God's in operation with the primordial forces of the universe, other than somebody talking about bowing down and got to appease God. So we're talking about an advanced ecological system and a spiritual system, which is science at work. And we are mistaken spirituality being something outside of science, and they one in the damn same. It's just that the white boy has made such a dichotomy by not including the spiritual side of the same sciences and only giving you the physical side, and we think the science is what the crowd give us now. Spirituality itself was science, because the root word for science is what you know, knowledge. And Tahuti, which is the alchemical component or ultimate symbol of this particular knowledge, is the God of knowledge, representing that divine knowing. You see what I'm saying? But it has nothing to do with moralism. You see what I'm saying? More so that it has something to do with operating energies, like a magician uses magic on certain realms to create an atmosphere conducive to what the fuck he wants. You see what I'm saying?
Two questions come out of that. Did you finish? I don't know.
Yeah.
Two questions on how to come out of that. Then if these chemicals and those principles enable one to have a kind of a magic control, was actually really controlling and manipulating.
You're manipulating the principles of the physical realm and the laws of nature.
Desired.
Exactly.
Then
a laboratory.
Yeah. Then then what kind of life relationship that existed there in terms of, if you could juxtapose that to the kind of what we call today immoral lifestyle? Can we look at that? I mean, you talk about a dog knowing how to be a dog, right? But what then would have been the relationship between the people? There didn't seem to have been a lot of war. Didn't seem to have been jails and all these things. So I just want you to touch on that. And then we can move.
What would the relationship with them?
How would we look at that in terms of what we consider to be morals today? How do people treat one another? Was there a great deal of violence and destruction placed upon one another, fighting and killing?
Well, anytime
what kept that from happening?
Well, what kept that from happening was first of all, the spiritual forces on the inside of them was alive. So we were talking about gods with acting in the flesh. So they didn't have to worry about that. It's only when the God part was shut down and go to sleep, like most people are asleep, that we got to rely on total emotion of the physical body. You see what I'm saying? That would get us into all types of disputes because we're not weak. But we're talking about people that was woke up, and if the God was operating in them, it could operate harmonious because that entity on the inside of them was functioning on a higher level of enlightenment. That's the difference. Basically, we function now on a certain level, but we were going to sleep. And Carl Jung, the psychologist, hit it on the head, also because he studied a lot of Vedic texts in India, where they say most people walking around in perpetual dream. They're not even awake. So it's just raw senses, and they just hoping they don't bump into something the wrong way. Although their eyes are open and they're talking like this, they are asleep. So it's the difference between people being awake, and a people walking around dead and asleep. The entity on the inside of them corresponded as gods, just living in the physical. So they said that Kemet was heaven on earth. It was the best aspect of what it could be in the physical realm. And that's the difference. So the difference would be, you got a bunch of shut down people that went to go to sleep, literally. You see what I'm saying? On the other hand, they were just functioning as gods. You see, they tell you that religions come into play when civilizations start to deteriorate. And people need moral guidance as a guidebook just to act human. So we're talking about something totally on a whole other concept. Now, if you want to really ask the question, can you think of this thing in human terms on what it must have was like at that time? We can't even fathom it. Because the whole concept of what we know is based on the world around us is so alien to it. Even when they tell you that man only uses 1/10 of his brain, well, that was the white man only uses 1/10 of his brain. But because we're in a society that's based on 10% brain power, we only use 10% of our brain too. So we can't even fathom what a person who has the ultimate function of his mind, body, and soul. You see what I'm saying? So we look at that as this some little primitive culture. Ultimately, ain't greater than America. But we're talking about something no different than when you see a doggone space age movies of the people that you know who are advanced than you. The mentality that they had was even on another level. To Kemet was in a whole nother dimension compared to what we are. And I saw it one time when I saw one of David Roberts' pictures he did of Edfu Temple before the colors fell off. And I looked at it and my soul said these people were not human. Not in the sense of what we think humans are now, although they might have been on a physical body. The entire experience, the entire mindset was on an extraterrestrial level. And we can't even begin to fathom what we have fallen from because we are in a dream state. And although we, a little bit of conscious people, waking up, we just don't have the memory or the data to even indicate something like that in a world like this. But every now and then we get glimpses of it. And we can't even explain the shit. So that would be our aspect of it.
And probably that's actually this question, because it's a question that young people always put me in seeing. Yeah. On this level, how could some people that we consider to be about prophets have ever penetrated that world, that knows between two and dominated? So I would like you to kind of look at how that happened, how long that may have taken, and then who are these people that came in that we call Greeks and Romans, and what period did this penetrate?
Okay. Pretty much that's the general historical thing. You can pretty much know when the invasion started. That's pretty general as far as knowledge that's been covered. And it's pretty general, but what I can say is we did not fall based on outside invaders coming in. The outside invasions was a part of the process of a twilight period and a shutting down period to go to the next phase in this whole scope of things. And as a result of shutting down and having to go to the next phase, these things came into play, no matter how horrible they may seem, as a result of what it had to take to go to another phase. Now you must understand that we have spent millions of years, we never know, it's older than what we think it is, talking about going to another afterlife. But in order for that afterlife to take place, there had to be a process to happen. In order for that process to happen, you had to have a tearing down of the life that made the civilization we call humanity that we were a part of great. You understand what I'm saying? And in order to tear that down, you had to have a mass form of deterioration, regeneration, and straight up disintegration. And basically, in the process of this happening, all the other things came into play to bring that about. Because ultimately we think that we are in control and we are not. The spirit realm is on the inside of us dictated how it was going to bring itself to the next level. And as a result, it brought certain calamities to the outside to condition itself on the inside. And ultimately we're talking about we are not a part of the physical realm. So ultimately we're not a part of the physical realm. The physical body that we have grown to know as us does not have to go and say so. It is the entity on the inside of us. And that entity on the inside of us had to put a certain situation and condition together to give itself the type of nourishment that it needed to throw off this physical body. And it could not throw off this physical body with the physical realm being healthy and us maintaining the greatest humanity that we already made. So we're talking about a form of a process. We did not fall, we gave this shit up. Okay, we're back now. I'm going to give you some of this information. The information can be documented if you want to buy some of this particular information. Talking about the subordinate creator, who is not the original God. You need to get Bentley Layton's Gnostic scriptures, which was dug up in 1945 in Egypt, which predates Christianity. And in so many ways, the Christians stole another person's religion and then tried to kill them off. But in 1945, these particular Gnostic scriptures was dug up again. So you can find out about this in Bentley Layton's Gnostic scriptures. Also, I have my book, Titan 1 and Titan 2, that deals with these. I'll give you a copy. That deals with these, Titan 1 and Titan 2. And also has the actual manuscripts. The Titan 2 is called Gnostic Mythology, and it has these Gnostic documents that was dug up in 1944, which was the story of a dollar brother that I was just telling you about. Now, it quotes in this particular book, and I'll show you the quote. It talks about this. This particular entity broke away from the heavens. Because he didn't bother to look up to see if there was God before him, he just thought he was the God of the universe. And a dollar brother, which is also called Yahweh says, was boastful and arrogant and exclaimed, I am the Father and the God, and beyond me there is none other. But Sophia, which is also a form of the same great mother who went over different languages, hearing this cried out to her son, lie not, a dollar brother. Above all thee, is the Father of all, the first man, the Son of Man, and man. Now in the Greek mythology, before Zeus comes into being, which is the father of the Greek mythology, that's what you get the origin of the word Jesus. It comes from Zeus. J, which is Jupiter, in Rome, which is Zeus, and Zeus, which in Greek is Jupiter. They took the both words and put together the J, which is no J in the Hebrew language, and Zeus or Zeus, you get the word Jesus, or Jesus. Now Zeus, that's why I never say the word Jesus, just say Christ, because it's not even a Hebrew word, it's a Greek word. Zeus, before Zeus ruled, the Titans ruled. The Titans were the gods of the universe. Zeus comes into being in so many words and burns up the Titans in a long war, and then take the dust from the Titans and make man out of the dust. So in the first of this book, they say that in actuality, in Titan 1, it says we need to go beyond the Olympian pantheon to the gods who they overthrew, which were their parents. So we are the parents of the ruling entities in heaven. But even in your Bible, it says this hell and this hell will pass away. If everybody's trying to get to heaven, why is it the Bible tells you that heaven going to pass away? The hell you trying to get to a damn place and ain't going to be there when you get there. They say the kingdom is going to be on earth, and we are the ones that's supposed to establish the kingdom.
No.
But okay, but I just want to say this one last part. So Zeus overthrows the Titans, and the Titans are turned, and when he overthrows them, he burns them up, and the dust from the Titans are used to create man. And we are the dust from the Titans.
That's the Greek mythology.
That's the Greek mythology.
Okay. Now, in trying to deal with the African origins of Christianity,
Yeah.
and looking at the way the Europeans changed much of the concepts of the structure that was out of the Egyptian world,
Yeah, right.
and especially when we talk about the Nicene Council, can you explain to us how would we call Christianity evolved and the difference that it had as a Coptic Christian than a European Christian?
Okay, the Coptic Christianity.
Yeah.
The story with all the prophets I told you, the subordinate deity, that's coming from Coptic Christianity. When they dug these texts up, the Gnostic texts, they were translated from Coptic. In so many words you had, and I'm going to give you the whole story on how this thing went down. In so many words, originally you had a group of people who were the original Coptic Gnostics out of Alexandria, Egypt. Okay. Which had been there since the beginning of Egypt, but they were called Typhonians then, and they go through a series of things. And so basically Coptic just means later day Egyptian. Okay. They had their cult all the way up into, and when I say cult, I'm not talking about a negative thing, we're talking about a civilization all the way up into Rome. Now, Rome at the time.
One thing before you talk, how did it differ from Isis, Horus, Osiris, and the Egyptian pantheon?
Okay, let me explain something to you. When we get the Egyptian pantheon, we're getting most of the story from Plutarch, which is a Greek writer. When we look in the Book of the Dead and we look into most of the Egyptian things, you gotta understand when you look at the large monuments in Egypt, most of those things are written in ritual. So we don't get the true pharaonic thought. When I gave you the Hermetic text, that's true pharaonic thought. But come to find out, this Gnostic thought that I'm talking about here, we find it also in pieces of that is in the Hermetic text. So let me explain what happened. Sometime at the Temple of Isis, or Aset, I'll give you the two versions. The Temple of Aset, or Isis, a couple of years before it closed, maybe within a 100-year period, they translated a lot of the works from Meta into Coptic. The true pharaonic thought that I'm telling you about is the stuff that's in the Coptic. Now I'll explain in a few minutes on what it is. On what it is. But when you get the Book of the Dead, it's hard to find out what the Book of the Dead is other than the general Isis and Osiris story because it's written in a ritual. That means it was written for the priests, and it was a ritual book of spells and incantations. To get true pharaonic thought, you need to get the Hermetic text, which is the stuff I was giving you at the beginning of the thing, the lecture. That's true pharaonic thought, as well as the Gnostic text, which is true pharaonic thought. You can't get into true pharaonic thought in the Book of the Dead because most of the people, because the Book of the Dead knows it's a ritual and it's esoteric, and most of the black people are not scholarly enough into the metaphysical world to understand it. You see what I'm saying? But you can get it. There's several ways you can get the true pharaonic thought. The Coptic version is this Gnostic stuff that I was just telling you about. Now, I'm gonna go back to that in a few minutes. Let me explain something. During the time of the Hebrews, which is black people from Ethiopia, we got tribes of different islands, but it's always the same race. The black Hebrews was in Rome, raising hell. The Romans at the time had Romulus and Remus and some form of Zeus and all that, but they, over the course of years, their pantheon and their true meaning of the religion started fading. Now, you must understand in the ancient world, just like you have Democratic Party, Republican Party, your religion was also a political party, and you ran your government based on your ideology, based on religion. So as a result, in the Roman world, because of Romulus and Remus and a form of their Zeus pantheon or whatever, Jupiter, they had lost, over the course of years, it started deteriorating, and they had lost the cohesiveness of the understanding of it. Remember I told you first, it was originally a black religion, the Etruscans, who give you Latin and Greek. But over the course of years, 2,000 years, they lost the meaning of it. Meanwhile, here's these Hebrews over here, raising hell, black people, in the height of the Roman Empire. The Roman citizens start looking and going, shit, if the government is based on your political and spiritual beliefs, then if your spiritual belief starts to fade and deteriorate, then your government will start deteriorating. So the other people, the Roman citizens, start looking at the Hebrews and started admiring them and saying, hey, shit, we might join them, but we need to get some stuff like that. Meanwhile, Roman citizens was Paul and Josephus. The Romans say, man, we gotta get us some religion. Like the Hebrews over there, the niggas is cutting up. The Roman government say, hey, we conquered Greece. Greece conquered Egypt. And Greece plagiarized and got all that stuff out of check. But now we conquered Greece and we got all this shit. All down to the T and line around. We get some damn scholars to go up in there and translate that shit. And get our own damn religion. So we got the same shit the Hebrews got. We got the Egyptian stuff, but at this time it's in Coptic form. Meanwhile, we got a group of people called the Gnostics. They came out of Alexandria, Egypt, is worshiping the same Christendom of this religion. The Roman was like, no, we're going to get our stuff, we're going to take it a little bit. We're not necessarily interested in the spiritual ramification. We're interested in world domination through it. So we want to keep the same scripture so we can go into scripture and see spiritual connotation, but we want a religion, the number one we can rule motherfuckers with. So they get Paul, Josephus, and a whole bunch of these scholars. Now you must understand that a scholar, or you must understand a priest at that time, was more advanced than your highest PhD in the society, a nuclear physicist. He ain't got shit on no priest in the ancient world. Bad boys, he make a nuclear physicist and a PhD look like a damn dumbass. So when these people put some shit together, this put together, because we're talking about scientists, is putting these shit together. So they got Paul, Josephus, who was a Hebrew, defected and started working for the Jews, for the Romans. Paul was a Roman citizen. They go in and they get all these texts, they call it out of Egypt, back Greece, but they now control Greece. And they put together the New Testament out of this ancient Coptic and Gnostic material, which before it was Coptic and Gnostic, it was Meta. But they know, and they put all these elements together in it. Meanwhile, they got these other group of people over there, and they bust out saying, we got Christianity. These other group of people over there, the Gnostics, say, wait a minute, we got that shit too. That ain't your shit, that's our stuff. So what they do, they kill them all off. Like, you know, in the movie they got with a robber, with a person who got two people, he'll take one man's stuff and steal it and then kill the man off. Kill him off and nobody knows. But they killed these people off and took their shit. But it was a modified stuff. The reason why they had to kill people off, because people was like, wait, but that's modified. You got some controlling stuff there. We got the true stuff over here. That's what this stuff here is that they found in 1945 in Egypt. All of it has an Egyptian origin, that's, you know. But it's interesting they found this same stuff in Egypt in 1945. So meanwhile, they killed these. No, this is called the Nag Hammadi Library of Gnostic Texts.
Is the those texts different?
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls was found in 1948. This was found in 1945. This is more advanced than the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's more advanced than the Dead Sea Scrolls. We talk about some shit that didn't give you a million years worth of history in about 4 or 5 pages. That's how advanced it is. We talk about each line of the damn text might scan 100 years within a fucking sentence or two. That's how advanced it is. That's the fear thought I'm talking about. But you couldn't get from the Book of the Dead, but once they translated it into Coptic, we get what they were really talking about. And that's when subordinate deity comes up. But anyway, they bring out this whole Roman thing. And all of a sudden, they got an instrument that they can dominate the world with. Because they have Paul and them to go in and tailor this shit. And it can be used for ways. But Paul and them, the one that they did, was so it was close to the original, so they had to do the conference of Nicaea and 8 other conferences to modify it. You see what I'm saying? To modify it. But what we're talking about, what is the difference between, you ask us, what would be the difference between the modern day Christian model and the ancient model, right? The Christian model, the modern day Christian model was tailored to take advanced concepts that go on the inner workings of the body and make them literal. So they say sublime mythology makes grotesque history. So one thing they did to make it literal, they historicalized everything. And none of that shit was historical. There was never Jesus over in the what you call it. I want to ask you a question. Now let's look at this. You a black Hebrew. You ought to know whether you are a damn black man taking taught amongst your ass. Why is it that you can't find no black Hebrew or no modern day white Jew to bear witness to the Jesus thing? You would think if the person gonna give you a Messiah, that's something hell to take. Everybody talk about a Jewish Messiah, but yet you can't find no Jew to bear witness to that.
That's true. Why is that?
Because the Jew knew, like all the other ancient people in the world. So we're talking, the Jew knew that first of all, that was some Roman propaganda. The other Hebrew, he knew, just like the Egyptian knew, just like the Greek knew, just like the Mesopotamian knew, like the Babylonian knew, like the ancient African knew, that the Christ that is to come can only come one time in history. First of all, it's two things. First of all, Christ is a title. And we all are the living Christ because Christ is the level we can rise to. But the Christ, the true Christ, that is supposed to be the end all and be all, he can only come one time in history. And that's at the end of the world. Now I'll tell you about this, because I'm considered down to know this. You can quote me on this. When the true manifestation of Christ comes, the physical earth would cease to be. For the mere fact that we got a physical earth, whatever teachers or whatever could have been the true Christ. The Hebrews knew this. The Hebrews said, hold on. We get our origin in Egypt. And the Egyptians knew like everything else, hardest comes. And hardest comes to kill.
To kill?
To kill.
Well, hardest comes to kill.
The true Christ never taught love. That's Roman bullshit that people put out there. All you have to do is just take my word for it. You go and study any, you can go to Greek and study Hercules. That's the Egypt, that's the Greek Horus, or Apollo. But you can study Horus, a Hebrew. You can find out something about Hebrew. I'm gonna tell you what this is. You won't find no text in Egypt where Hebrew is talking about love. Hebrew does one thing, and one thing only. He kicks ass. That's all he does. He kills motherfuckers. That's it. That's what he does. The Greek version is Hercules, it's the same story, because he does one thing. From the time he's born to the time he dies, he kills everything inside. Cleaning house. So the Hebrews knew. They knew that when they was talking about a person coming back, talking about all this love and all this kind of thing, they said the true Christ coming back to kill the world. You see what I'm saying? Get the house in order. He's the God of Ecclesiastes. He's the God of Revelation. They had blood dripping from him. So the Romans came in at the time. That's the only time the true Christ can manifest on the earth. Otherwise, we all believe in Christ. Christians anointed, but we all have nothing. But the Christ that we're talking about here is the seed that I was telling you. And they isolated this thing. They didn't take this stuff in science. In astrophysics, they say there's a seed. That is, it's the only thing that is not. It's the only thing that's in this universe. That's not of this universe. It's from the outside known universe. And when that seed manifests itself, it will explode everything on this planet and destroy the universe. And we'll go back to the original existence. If any man came saying he was Christ, he couldn't have been the real one. That's why the Hebrews to this day, whether even the converted ones, but they copied the original black ones, never been witness to Christ. And the Arabs over there, like, that's bullshit. The Egyptians, that's bullshit. That's Roman, that's Paul in them. Because what Paul in them was trying to do was trying to get the monopoly on the Christ that everybody in the world had. You see what I'm saying? And the Romans say if we can get the monopoly on this Christ, we can rule the world with this thing. You see what I'm saying? So they literally tried to corner the market on the Christ that was all around the world. It is irrational for a Japanese man to worship a Jewish savior. It is irrational for a blue-black African to worship a white man. Just as it's irrational for an Eskimo to worship a black man. Everybody in there is that same Christ. But the Romans came in because they wanted to dominate the world. And they tried to get the monopoly on the Christ by saying this is the only true Son of God. And then basically this person just comes up and tell you what to do all this love and all this space thing. But guess what? The text came up in 1945. The true Christ, the one that comes from the Coptic Horus. He don't say none of that shit. In the Gospel of Thomas, it was like, which is when they got out of the library, they got a conference of Nicaea. It's found in this text. In the Gospel of Thomas, he says, they say, Christ, tell us what kind of diet you want us to go on. He said, don't lie. Why do what you hate? Blessed is the man who eats the lion. Then the lion becomes a part of the man. Cursed is the man who gets eaten by the lion, and a man becomes a part of the lion. he goes on, they say, tell us about the kingdom of heaven. You say, you'll know the end when you know the beginning. Since you done lost the knowledge of the beginning. They say what? They say, they tell about the end. You say, you know the beginning. They say, tell us about the kingdom of heaven. You say, heaven is all around you, but you're drunk, you can't see it because you're looking for these two eyes. You ain't looking for the spiritual eye. This person in here is a straight up revolutionary. A no-holds-barred person. They don't even deal with the crazy stuff. You see what I'm saying? So clearly the text that they got up in 1945 that dates back to Coptic Egypt and only in the is a totally different thing. And that's the original one. Before the Romans stole it and turned it into the New Testament. But don't get me wrong, the New Testament got all this stuff in it. It's just that for the first time you can't go by page for page, but you can go into the pages and find the same stuff. That's the difference. The Bible is still a viable thing. You just can't go by from A to Z, but you can go into the pages and it's all there. That's the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. You can't go by the basic theology that's drawn up from the Freedmen's Bureau, which is the way they was going to teach slaves. And that's what we still on now. Same old good old time religion, still enough for me. You can't go by that anymore. You have to go into the book. That's what Albert Muhammad said. And that's the difference. It's all there. Now let me show you the real mystery of the book and make the book come alive. Take the book. Take some old deity that you're supposed to follow. Take him out and put yourself in the role of Christ. And that's what the book is originally for. It's a guidebook for your soul, which is Christ. So the person that they're talking about in there is your old body, new body, Old Testament, New Testament. If you take the book, just as I have done great works. Greater works he shall do. Is it not written in the law that ye are gods? And the scriptures cannot be broken. John chapter 10, verse 34, verse 6. So it means you're supposed to take the book. That's an esoteric book. And everywhere you see Jesus or Christ, you identify that as your soul. Then the book comes alive. It's just when you start following it and thinking some cracker coming back, or some black man coming back. Black man come back and on the Christ says, okay, good. You take these bullets. Now you take these bullets, and you take them. And don't be on that floor. Then maybe you have a chance I might follow you. But the esoteric teaching was a mystery system book, just like the book of the dead, which is a passage to the soul. And you are Christ in it. So it's a role-playing book where you get through the journey. You go on the journey, and at the end of the journey, you become illuminated. That's the real, that's the difference between the Christian one and the other. At this time, it's a scapegoat that can tell you to worship somebody instead of you becoming the God yourself. And that's the difference.
Now, can you remember what I cut you off from? You were in a continuation. If you don't, I actually know.
No, I remember. In so many words, what I was saying was, based on all of the ancient ones, they all talk about the story of the gods before this God. The God of the day, or the God of the living, means in actuality, the God of these two guys, which is the chief. He creates this illusion around you, which is a hologram. The God of the day is inside of you. Where's the God that died? Jesus died on the cross. Where's the cross? If you stand up and put your arms out like this, that's the cross. You get it? Now where's Christ? Christ is on the inside of you, which is the third eye on the cross. That's the cross that Jesus died on. That means that your soul is on the inside. It died long ago when you fell into the physical realm, and it will be resurrected again through the Kundalini energy. You see what I'm saying? That's what this thing is talking about. That's what this thing is talking about. You see what I'm saying? You know? So yeah, so give me some more questions.
You know, I want to look into this. Like, we can have a picture that I want to use it.
Yeah, you got it.
I have not inserted yet. But you said you trust me.
He trusts me.
He trusts me.
Let me go through a little history there.
Word.
Yeah, okay. Let me go through a little history there. Before I get to that, let me explain something else. The oldest system of worship in the world is called Typhonianism. That's why you heard about it. See, all these other people talking about oldest, but the real stuff you heard about is called Typhonianism, Obsidianism, and Draconianism. You heard the word? You figure they know what the white boy tell you. Your ideas are a little draconian. Well, this word doing this way, using it in his dog dictionary. And this is the cult of the dragon. The dragon is in the constellation of Draco. The cult of that's the form of the Great Mother. All the other goddesses, the Great Mother taken from this one Great Mother. But she has a son. It's the mother and the son, and that son is Sirius, the star system Sirius, or known as Soot. Now it's interesting, we had this Draconian Typhonian stuff up until 1907. See, Gerald Massey, when he went into the British Museum, he translated a lot of this stuff. He did all this in his works. But after 1907, after he translated Book of the Beginning in 1881, and then Natural Genesis 1888, and then finally in 1907 he does Ancient Egypt Light of the World. All this Typhonian stuff disappears, they lock it down, and only people who have access to it is your secret societies. And they go to Nubia with a lot of Typhonian stuff, and they cover over 200 temples at the Aswan Dam, which had this Typhonian stuff in it, as well as they found Hebrew letters all over them temples. So it was the vested interests of the Jews to cover it up because it would show the alphabet origin of the Hebrew. 200 temples.
Yes.
Now, you know the white man don't cover up that. Now, so you know it had to be some real serious shit for him to cover up 200 temples. And they digging in Egypt this day, and they got 200 temples up under the Aswan Dam, up under the river. See what I'm saying? That was Typhonian stuff. Now the Typhonian stuff of the Great Mother and the Child developed, matured, and declined even before the first monumental phase of Egypt, the big buildings of the dynastic Egypt. The dynastic group came in, which is your Ra worshippers, and Osiris, and they replaced it, the Typhonian, and they wiped it from the monuments. And Osiris takes on the attribute of Soot, and Set becomes his nemesis, or he becomes his enemy. But Set is the oldest god in the world, and Typhonian's attributes before it comes Osiris attributes before there was Osiris, which belonged to Set. All this is in Gerald Massey's Ancient Egypt Light of the World, as well as Albert Church, Evolution Origins of Christianity, Evolution Origins of Religion. So Set is the oldest primordial deity of all time, which is the star Sirius also. But Osiris becomes the star Sirius too, as well as all the other Egyptian deities. So one priesthood overtakes the other priesthood. So that priesthood, Apep, is the great dragon also. Apep was replaced by Ra. So the Typhonians at this time traveled up into Mesopotamia and find Babylonia, Samaria, Chaldea, and on into Greece as the Etruscans. But they were oh man, you're talking about well, the Typhonians were basically a pre-dynastic time period, so it's before 3000 BC, roughly. in the pre-dynastic, which was 5,000 years. Roughly, he said we're talking about 8,000 years. The pre-dynastic is the Typhonian. It's the Typhonian. It's the pre-dynastic. So they travel up into Mesopotamia and all that, but they also, from Mesopotamia, they become the Phoenicians.
Now, you're still all black people right now.
Ain't nothing never was never black. These are the Phoenicians. And the Phoenicians travel into Rome, but the Phoenicians becomes Etruria, and Etruria becomes the Etruscans of the Troy, the Trojans. You know, the Greek went to war with the Trojans. They were, at the later day, Indo-Europeans going to war with the Trojans and wiped out the Etruscans. But the Etruscans find Rome and Greece, which I showed you a picture. And they find Rome and Greece, and establish the Greek language and the Latin language. And the first Greek mythology, Zeus and Apollo and Hercules, it's a black mythology, it's just as valid. Now, Greek philosophy was stolen from Egypt years later, so don't mix up the time cycle. Greek mythology is black. Greek philosophy is plagiarized Egyptian philosophy. So don't get the time cycle. When I talk about Hercules and Zeus, Apollo and Perseus, that's black. It's not later. It's just the Phoenicians' religion of the Typhonian stuff. So what did the Phoenicians of the Etruscans worship? They had the religion of the old Olympian deities of Greece, which the later Indo-Europeans come in and wipe them out and then take their shit. See what I'm saying?
Now, this time period we're around. The Indo-Europeans come from around 800.
It would be closer to the time. It would be maybe a couple hundred years closer to the time Greece comes into world history as this white 2000 BC.
Around 500 BC.
Yeah, whatever time thing is, like that. No. So it's no different than everywhere you go, you got your first your Dravidians. It's the same story. You got your Dravidians in this Kush in India, and in the Indus Valley, and then what happens? The Indo-Europeans come in, and because India is a big place, they don't wipe out all of them. But you have further to the north, you get a lighter type of India. It's a caste system going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Greeks never were all white. As a matter of fact, when you see the Greeks now, they got nappy hair.
Yeah, I can see.
If they got down nappy hair in damn 99, then you know 2,000 years ago they had to be all black. So we still talk about primarily a black culture, even with the influx of the Indo-Europeans. You see what I'm saying? They never were all. That's why Charles Smith said when the Greek has the Greece and the ancient Greek, when they did the survey, had a heavy sickle cell trait. So that means they had to be black. You see the difference? And that's the difference on that. You see what I'm saying? So that the Etruscans is that particular group of people, which the picture shows. I can run and get it if you want.
No, add it in.
You got it. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah. So that's what that is.
Okay, that's marvelous. If we look at then when the Egyptians or when the Africans finally lose power, what was it within that culture that
I'll tell you what it means. Unfortunately, and fortunately, we're connected with nature, and nature goes on a series of cycles, and everything in nature forces
Don't keep going pretty boy.
and then regenerate. The problem why we got a problem with this is because still in our mind we got the Judeo-Christian mentality that the earth started 6,000 years ago. So therefore, we figured at the time when Egypt came was relatively a short time. Let's put it this way: when the monumental Egypt that you know of as dynastic Egypt comes into play, it's over for the Egyptians. Listen what I'm telling you. When dynastic Egypt, or what you know of with Egypt as a civilization that you so much love, that was the lowest point for the damn Africans. Although this is the highest thing, the civilization that the white man can't even get to, that's the lowest point for us.
Well, why is that? Because when they built the pyramids?
Yeah, no, they built the pyramids
Before that?
way before then. You see what I'm saying? They built the pyramids and the Sphinx at the same time. Now the Sphinx is carbonated 90,000 years. John Anthony Westgate breaks that shit in the 70s. The pyramid and the Sphinx is one complex. They didn't build one after the other. The Sphinx is carbonated 90,000 years. You see what I'm saying? That's something older than that. And that was built by the Typhonians. The pre-dynastic. I told you that the Typhonians matured, developed, matured, and declined long before the first monumental phase of what you know is modern Egypt. Of what you know of as Egypt that we all study, which is dynastic Egypt, Kemet. When dynastic Kemet comes, it's over. We're literally talking about, well, even if we go by Vanessa when he was conservative, he was just giving the Greeks something just the way they told him. They say ultimately you'll never tell a person your original origin because they can dictate how far you can go. Vanessa said that basically we had 8,000 years. Then they asked Vanessa, the high priest, well, what used to rule before then? He said, well, that's when a whole bunch of gods used to rule. That was somebody else quoted that. But what they didn't realize is the gods that used to rule, that Vanessa talked about for 8,000 years, guess who they were? Guess who those gods were?
Before Vanessa?
No, the gods that used to rule, he said that there was roughly 8,000 years between pre-dynastic and dynastic. They asked him, who used to rule before 8,000 years? He said, that's when a whole bunch of gods used to rule. Who do they think the God was? It was the same damn people. Now let me explain what it is. They got a debate going on between the evolutionists and the Christians. The Christians say the earth is only 6,000 years. The evolutionists say she's older than that. Both of them are partially right. The Christians can back that shit up a little bit because the physical is about 8,000 years or something. But the evolutionists say no, we even got things that's even older than that. This thing is about 13 billion years old. As the USA Today came out and said, well, we calculated the origin of the universe about 13 billion years old. But I happen to know based on the Dogon and even the Greek thing that the earth was in the beginning before the universe was even founded. But I'll get back to that in a few minutes. I'm trying to hone in on what I'm trying to find out is how did a whole bunch of gods used to rule. Both of the evolutionists and the religionists are almost right, but they're not occultists or esoteric studies, so they don't understand the true history. You see, when the gods used to rule, you must understand that the earth was always here. It just wasn't always on the physical realm. It was always here. But as a gradual decline, it became physical. So when the gods used to rule, that was when the earth was not necessarily physical. You see what I'm saying? Now, Rudolf Steiner says that at one time the original world was a spiritual world. And basically the vibration slowed down. And as it slowed down, the composites came together, the elements came together. And as slow vibration came together, it became more dense. And our bodies became more dense. Our bodies became more dense. At one time, the spiritual world was just as physical as the physical. But the physical at that time was almost invisible. It was a little faint dim. As the vibration slowed down, the physical world became more vivid, more visual. And the spiritual world became invisible. See what I'm saying? So, those particular times are the times of Lemuria. They got several names. Hyperborea, Terra, Algoria, Atlantis, Mu, all of that. They were semi-physical times. You see? And we used to use, when you asked the question, how we used to use all this, we had the full function of all our energies, the chakras, the third eye, Kundalini, and all that. After we had the full function. After we came into the physical, we still had the full function. But the ancients understood one thing, that they had a race before time, they had a race against time. They knew that one day that these particular spiritual records that is in our DNA would shut down and would go offline. Because as time went on, we started deteriorating, we become more dormant. So what they had to do, they had a race between time. That's what they built Egypt for. They built Kemet to record as much records as they could before this shit shut down. And before our system shut down, and come down. Now all this stuff comes together. Because I often wonder if Africa was just as advanced as the Egyptians. Yeah, I often wonder, despite the other Africans build the same type of society. With all the large monuments. The Africans didn't need to build a society because they were very advanced. They had all that shit was in their head. It's just that they sent an expedition during the time of Atlantis at one part of the earth, mainly the center part, to build all the monuments so they could have when all this shit shut down. When this stuff started going on.
So in the center part of Africa.
They built the monuments so that they could have the monuments of records of all the knowledge they do once this knowledge starts to shut down because they had become more and more dense into the physical.
All right, now, see, we were talking on the way. I want you to throw that in there because you were saying that is why all the stuff is spiritual. You don't see the numbers.
Yes.
So explain that. Because what you're saying is very heavy. They had seen that.
I documented the Rice Spring Research Medical by Copenhagen, Walter Scott, and GRSP, as well as the Mad Hamlet Library, which is a book called Mad Hamlet Library, they developed in 1945. That prophecy in there about you being in the land and the white man will be better than you and you be treated as common. That prophecy is also in the one they developed in 1945. So we do know that we can trace it back almost 5,000 years that they knew that one day they was going to go into slavery. If we know that you got 5,000 years to prepare for something that's going to happen, you got a long time to prepare. And they did prepare because they had the advanced knowledge to know the future. Now, if we had the documentation, and I just gave you some, there's tons of it. They did prepare. Even in India, they say one day a man will eat a sacred cow. They have a document over there. But they did prepare. So now, here we are in 1999.
Pyramids and all of these, the Valley of the King, the tombs and everything, all of this is part of that preparation.
All that. All your temples, all the palaces. Then they gave it out to the world. They gave the Greeks some, they gave the Romans some, they gave it all to the world. So they knew that later on that the white man would come, he didn't have no knowledge, he would never get the knowledge back. Now let me explain something before this thing here. If they prepared, we look back in 1999, why, if they prepared a way for us to get out of this, why we don't see the economic on how to get out of this, how to start businesses and all this stuff that we want so bad. Why we don't see no physical weapon war between how to do guns that kill the crap. Why is it that the only thing that they had 5,000 years to prepare? Why is it the only stuff that we get out of that is religious stuff?
Yes. Gotta have something to do with
because the basic premise of the Osiris is he's a caterpillar. He goes into the cocoon. Then he comes out a butterfly. The cocoon stage is what we have been shut down and been living in all these years. Now you don't come out of the damn cocoon and go back to the damn caterpillar. So the whole Afrocentric community is off. We're not supposed to go back to Egypt and be Egyptians. Been there, done that. You coming out of a cocoon to be something, a metamorphosis into a creature. The alien is us in our new form. So they were only concerned with the soul and what the soul was going to go through in the next paradigm shift because we've been on the earth 1,000 years doing these things. And that's physical before. So we gave it to the damn white boy. We gave it to the damn white boy. That's why he was the last group. We knew it was going to be the most destructive. That's why we gave it to him in the last couple of years. So you got to notice one thing about history. Now just listen to what I'm saying. The white boy has really only been ruling for a little over 90 years.
That's true.
First of all, he didn't rule Africa until the late 1800s. He had the slaves. But he took Africa in the late 1800s. So look up front. He was warned against his own damn self for 700 or 800 years. He only became a world power to dominate the entire world this century. In the last part of last century with the British Empire. So that means he only had roughly about close to 100 years. And for compared to what he was doing, that's almost like an hour. Just gotta look at the picture of that.
Junkie going pretty boy.
He might run around this motherfucker, but he don't run this shit. We run this shit. He might run his little ass around this shit. White boy might run his little ass around it, but we run this motherfucker. It's just that the African has been convinced, or the ancient one has been convinced, that he doesn't own his damn mind. Why is that? Because in the course of us getting hit in the head as slaves, we come out with the same low material message, which is nothing. Trinkets. You know it doesn't have any value. You gotta keep reinventing stuff new. And the Kabbalah says that the true ones, they say the intruder will come. Now what's an intruder? The intruder is a person that wasn't there in the beginning, that is there now, is ruling over the original people. And the Kabbalah says, he waits what the Kabbalah says. And the intruder, he rules because he causes luxury. And he rules through his luxury. He's a chameleon. Keep changing the fashion, keep changing the technology, and you keep running after the shit. He causes luxury, material possessions. So he really became a nothing. So they say the empire changes of the earth, but it only changes the outer appearance. He's the Lord of illusion. You see what I'm saying? Okay. He's the Lord of illusion. So in any way, what we're talking about here is why they only came with religious material. Because the religious material tells you in actuality, we are hard-headed. We are looking at the bill of civilization to match his. And he has civilized barbarism. What we need a bunch of black capitalists for? We have been there, done that. We're trying to get to the next plateau. And that's the problem. What we do, we claim we're so damn religious and we believe in Jesus and all that type of shit here. But it's like the old saying, everybody wants to get help, nobody wants to die. We want what we want, and we want to be equal to the white man. And not equal to our own God himself. You see? So I ask this question, did the Egyptians leave a blueprint behind? If they had 5,000 years and economic freedom, they left spiritual stuff talk about metamorphosis. Osiris rises to the Heru, and the Heru is the higher home. You see? Got any more questions?
My brother, I think we've been thorough.
Should I go some more now? How do you say yeah?
But, you know, whatever you feel, you believe, what you feel. But these tapes, I'm going to put out right away because I think they need to be put out right away. Mm-hmm. Because the information and knowledge is critical for this kind. Like the other tape I held. Matter of fact, I was still, because I kept saying that, you know, when
it's on.
Yes, it's true.
What we need to do is also too is we've been programmed to think a certain way. And I've been coming to New York for the longest time, basically from LIB to BLS, and basically we say the same thing over and over and over again. But we don't push the mind to think of those things in actuality that is your fears. And that's the real initiation. So I talk about the dark side. But they said ISIS, our ancestors, no one had lifted my veil. What does he mean by that? So you didn't lift the veil at all because you were so scared and stuff. And my goodness, after all we are going through, we don't have no reason to be scared of no devil. I figure hell got to be a resort area in a damn jacuzzi compared to this bullshit. But then again, when you study the Greek word hayo, and the Hebrew word, the Christian word hell, and the Hebrew word hell, it means physical earth. Hylix, hell means the physical earth. The other word, the word Hebrew word comes from the word Sheol, and the word Sheol is the word shell. And the shell, from shell you get hell, is the physical body. We live in hell, which means you're trapped in the physical body. So all of this particular mythology we're talking about when we are scared of a damn devil, as the scapegoat to blame everything on. You see what I'm saying? Keeps us trapped. Our own fears.
But this white boy don't have a soul. What will happen to him?
Good question you asked. So you got me to another one of these good questions you asked. I'm glad you said this. Be good to end with. What we live in is called a matrix. It's a series of emanations and electromagnetic pulses that does not exist. It's an illusion. We used to be the gods of the universe before our children took over. Our children, when they took over and they trapped us into the physical realm finally, they put the brain on us. And the brain gives you the illusion that this is all real. It's only the wiring of the brain that's telling you this. It does not exist. In the context of that, although the script is that we created the white boy, in the context of whatever we did down here, the white boy, by him not having a soul, which means he is not real, he's only a part of this particular realm, of this particular matrix. And the white boy, in actuality, this is the key. He does not exist.
You know, it's kicking a lot of ass.
So I kick him out of ass. When we went to, when a girl,
nobody that he enslaved, he didn't exist.
Let me show you something about slavery. See, even when you go even deeper into it, and this is one thing you must understand, when you go deeper into it, slavery was a part of the process. It's out of Egypt I will call my son. In alchemy, which is the highest form of Egyptian is called the royal art, is alchemy, the learning of the soul and knowledge. Intersection of alchemy, the ultimate goal of alchemy is to take something original and make something new out of it. It's called illumination through putrefaction, where you take something from one stage, take it to its lowest common denominator, which is a form of defecation, or whatever we call it, a putrefaction, a rot, and you make something new into a new specimen. In actuality, the slaves took an African and made a new entity out of it, whereas whether you like it or not, you believe this or not, I'll tell you the truth. In the 20th century, from 1865, you say the fuck you want in the Americans, and say the fuck you want. We were the pinnacle that all the other African nations followed. The Africans in America. We are the most unique brand of Negro there is. And no matter how much they claim that we are savages and inferior to the white man put in their head, they follow us. And they follow us and we are unique because we have gone through a process that makes us like nobody else. You see what I'm saying? We are unlike anybody else. We are even unlike the Caribbeans. They still have a connection to Africa. You see it even in the talk and even in everything about them. Still have African overtones to it. Because they live on a tropical land. We are the only people that have been made new. And whether you like it or not, we have produced the most innovative inventions, genius, and intellectual ability. It's unmatched. You figure they talk about a Diop? Well, hell, got a damn Diop on every fucking corner. Now, I'm not taking up from the African, I'm not taking up from the people of the diaspora. But what I'm trying to say is, we have been at the forefront of running this stuff. That's just history. Because there's something in us in a transformation that we have gone through. No matter how damn degenerated we might look today, walking around the ghettos, whatever. There's something in us that's unique. It puts us close to the ancient Egyptians and the damn Africans. That's why we connected back then. And this was prophesied.
Hook that up with that melon study where he's finding new
Exactly. Good. You said that. Good question. This point I'm talking about here is illumination and putrefaction. Anybody knows if you go blind in your ears, your hearing becomes deaf. You go deaf, your sight becomes deaf. We were therefore brain dead in the United States, which means that we were not functioning on our maximum brain level. But when that happens, the genius kicks in. You see, you're going to find out that we have two heads. One is the brain, which is a holographic brain, is only relative to the 5 senses of appearances and awareness. But there is appearances. The other brain is the pineal brain and the third eye. As long as the physical brain, the one we have that we rely on every day, was functioning on a high level, the pineal brain at this particular time had got to a point that it was dormant. Only some people get a twinge of use from it.
That's right.
Now, as a result, because other aspects of us are shutting down and deteriorating, because we're not at the best thing that we were even after slavery, the other brain, just like the sight that would come on when it is low, is now coming into focus. So because of the activity of the brain, it's shutting down at a rapid pace with black people in a racial civility. The other brain is going to override it. And that particular brain is the God. So in order for the Godhead to come in, you have to tear down the old to make ready for the new. So you must understand the way science goes. If you have a light, the light of creation, that light is going to the maximum of what it can be. In order for you to get a new light, you have to have a degeneration of that creation. Once that creation act is created, in order for you to get a new paradigm or a new aspect of that, you have to degenerate or deteriorate to come back even greater than the light that you had before. You see what I'm saying? You can come back even greater than the light you come before. So, the light that we have now, what they call the New Jerusalem, never to forward in, or the New West color, to get to that new plateau, you have to go to the deepest, darkest decay. And from that decay, the new light comes on. So the other brain is up under here, which has been helping us out through the years, but it's now ready to come online fully. And anything that you know, if you want to build a brand new building, then you already got a building in that spot. You got to get the big old ball and chain, or you got to get some stuff they call implosion, where they blow it up by using the force of the building, centrifugal force. Well, that's what's happening with us. We're being imploded from the inside out. You see what I'm saying? So now, to understand this on a scientific terminology, we have more than one double helical structure, helix structure of DNA. We have several structures, but they have been dormant because we've been in the physical body so long. Now, because we arise, and what is happening is there's a sister from Detroit that used to, good friends with Richard King, and she was telling me that she works in the hospital, and the white boys are studying the black DNA, and every day they find new amino acids popping up on it. And those amino acids are nothing but those new DNA strands coming online. Meanwhile, out in space, which is a reflection of the shit that's going on the inside of us, at the Orion Nebula, they find all these clusters of stars being born. And planets. But what they're not telling you is, that's not what they're called a holographic universe, or a universe, it's only a reflection of what's going on the inside of us. So just as those clusters of stars are being born in several nebulas in the Orion Nebula, there's being energies being born in us and coming online. And that's those particular worlds coming online. They've done studies even in the book Mark Balfour's book, The Sign of the Serpent. And it's back at a conference in 1986 with black people. No, with white people at this conference. And they concluded that the old Kundalini energy of the serpent that was lying dormant for thousands of years is now on the rise, as well as 1986. So you can imagine where it was then. Now, so as a result, when I was telling you about the projects and all that stuff, they had to do with this Kundalini energy that was rising. They had to kill off a great deal of people because there is some truth to natural selection. The weaker, the stronger kill off the weak. They wouldn't have been able to take our energy. So in order to even live on the planet as they are now, by 95 they would have been dead. They had some word out there. It's inevitable anyway.
So the white boy is trying to kill us off before we...
Well, no, actually, he realizes that he can't kill us off and live on the planet.
But he's trying to control...
He's trying to control the population for the simple doggone fact that too much of us on the planet, that energy will kill us because of the energy that's rising within us. Because it's just like any other species kills off the natural. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you another thing about the white boy. A lot of people don't understand. The European is not racist to you based on his chart basis. The European is racist to you because he can't take your energy. There's a certain energy that we have in us, and when it crosses his streams, he can't take the energy, and it comes out as racist. Let me explain how this energy is. Based on the science that we get, the white boys across species of different animals plus some human DNA. And the human DNA will give it 2 arms, legs, hands, eyes, all that. Although it don't look like it. But he has some, apes, some pig, you see the white skin, some other stuff. His hair is even fur. So all the black ones put fur in here, don't realize that ain't number fur. Nobody got, the only animals that's got hair like us is revered as Christ animals, the lamb and all that type of stuff. But him, he's as fur and all the animals have hair like him. But the point I'm trying to make is this here. Now listen to this science here on how this particular racism works based on the energy. If you go into the forest or you go to the forest or you go to the jungle, the most strongest animals in the world, everybody will tell you those animals are scared of you more than you're scared of them. See what I'm saying? You go that bear is scared of you, that's what makes him attack. See what I'm saying? That's why they stand real still and all. If you don't feel threatened, you won't attack. The animals only threatened if they attack. You understand where I'm coming from? So this is what I'm trying to make you. Since he's made up of animal DNA, the European, when he comes in contact with a human, that xenophobic fear automatically comes out. Just like the bear does in the doggone forest because he's got latent animal DNA. So therefore, just like the animals fear the humans, he fears the humans too. And we just so happen to be humans. You see? We just so happen to be humans. You see? So he fears us too on that particular level. You see? And on that particular level. Another thing about this Viagra is by the time most white boys by the time they get 30, it's over with them sexually. So they tell you that the white boys, they used to say it was for everybody, but everybody was for white people. The white man's sexual nature peaks at 19 and it's downhill from 19. You see what I'm saying? That's because you're going to find out that what makes you sexual virile is the connection between the penis and the pineal area and the brain. Because it's calcified, he is incompetent also. So that's what they use the Viagra to offset this thing, and that's one reason why white girls try to do black men in mass too. Because he can't perform sexually. And even if he does get it up, he's so inadequate down there until there's a certain rhythm that the black man has. That to a black woman is just normal. It's just normal sex, but to a white person they can tell the difference that the white boy don't have. You see, that the white boy don't have. So that's what they need the whole Viagra thing for, to doggone try to bridge the gap, which is melanin. You see what I'm saying? Which is doggone melanin is what this particular thing is. You know. So man, I'm telling you, as much as we may seem that we're not on it, we are really on it. You have to look at the greater picture. You have to look at the greater picture. Too much we are dealing off of raw emotions. You see what I'm saying? You see, we still on? We deal with raw emotions, so therefore we don't try to look at the bigger picture on what things are and why they are the way they are. We're in this position and all because this position was just the weeding out station to make us better before we get to the other realm. And what I mean by that is, there's a quote in the Bible says that God, if you want to believe in what's called, it's still a good quote, because it's also talking about the higher God in us. It said God put pain and suffering on the people that he loves. It says, so that they can use up everything in this world, so that they can inherit the world to come. It is in the ones that he don't love that he let life go by. He let life go by with ease. You see what I'm saying? No, it's with ease. So that they can have the best of everything in this world, so there won't be nothing left for them in the next world. You see what I'm saying? And basically, we're just in a period of a sleep. Now, the Gnostic text says that in the last days, man will be against man, woman will be against woman, woman will be against man, man will be against woman. Wrath, torture, murder, mayhem, and all that. But it also says what these people don't understand. These people are dreaming dreams, and they need to wake up. This is not a metaphor. Literally, this is an illusion. You see what I'm saying? But it's only programmed again through your subconscious. And our subconscious is always dictated us by somebody programming and telling us what reality really is. And what is reality? Reality is only what you told yourself it was.
I don't understand it. Why then? Look, brother, I'm gonna let you do time for the night. I want you to do one thing though. I don't have a release for this side. And you can do some TV. So I'll need you to give me a release verbally on camera. And that'll suffice.
So you'll do what? The cable show?
Cable? Yeah. I can run this on cable. Oh, I'm not good on something.
Yeah, whatever. That's the release. You're welcome to do it. It's time.
All right. And so you give me also a release.
say that in the beginning, there is Gaia and Tartarus. But guess what Gaia is? The earth is Gaia. Guess what? Before there was a universe, there was an earth. That's heavy shit. Before there was a universe, there was an earth. Gaia is also known as the Great Mother, Mother Earth. You ever heard of Mother Earth? Well, the Great Mother was in the beginning. But she fell and was transferred to another part, into this universe, and another part of the universe. And this is the result of the earth, based on the fall of the Great Mother. So when the Egyptians take Sirius and put it down on earth, because we're sitting in Sirius right now, the physical earth was not here in the beginning. But the spiritual earth was here in the beginning. When it fell as a result of earth. But it had to fall from somewhere. And that what fell was here in the beginning. Our world and our earth is built off of several other primal worlds that preceded it. Before the universe that you know of now came into existence, there was other primal worlds or primal universes that was just as old as this universe is now. That collapsed. And as a result of the collapse, it becomes dormant and ends up the physical earth.
Don't keep going, pretty boy. Don't keep going, pretty boy. Don't keep going, pretty boy.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
It looks like you lost another one. like you lost another one.
Smart that I'm uncomfortable in this world. And I'm scared to live.